Before we get into this episode of the Empty Netters podcast with Charlie McAvoy, we're going to hear from our presenting sponsor, Echo Tequila Soda. We were just at the Winter Classic, and I can't think of anything more classic than the best canned cocktail in the game.
Dan, it's gluten-free, it's sugar-free, there's no carbs, it's 96 calories. I couldn't stop having them before the game. The scene was wild, and we had hours to pregame, which just meant hours of Echo Tequila Soda.
And it just is awesome seeing Echo taking over the game. It is the number one canned cocktail to go to. If you like tequila, got news for you. This is your new favorite drink. If you don't like tequila, you have to try this because it's going to blow your socks off. This is the best two-way canned cocktail in the game. It's low calorie. It's delicious tequila that's made right in Mexico, all natural blue agave. This stuff is the best drink on the market, and it's great on ice, just like our favorite game of hockey.
It's just so crisp, you know?
So
like
crisp.
I just pour it into a glass of ice. I have it out of the can. However I have it, it's just every time, every sip is so crisp.
It's unbelievable. So after that gas up, you guys need some Echo Tequila Soda in your house. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to www.sipecho.com. That's SIPHECHO. You're going to go to the store locator, figure out what the closest store is so you can go stock up your fridge. But if there isn't a store nearby, fret not, my friend, because this option is also going to save you some money. You're going to go in and you're going to buy some online. You're going to have it shipped right to your door. And when you do that, you're going to punch in the promo code NETTERS. That's NETTERS for Empty Netters. And you're going to get a great discount on your next order. So you will always have Echo Tequila Soda right in your fridge.
Enjoy.
Enjoy. Now let's get to Charlie McAvoy. Welcome back to the Empty Netters podcast. We had a little bit of a holiday break. We were all gone for Christmas and then the New Year, but we are so happy to be back with you guys, and we're so happy to be joined on the podcast today by Charlie McAvoy of the Boston Bruins, absolute stud defenseman, one of the best players in the league. We went to the Winter Classic.
We did, and we missed you guys.
On Monday.
Thanks so much for letting everyone get their rest.
That's true.
But we had a good time, and we went to the Winter Classic, like Dan said, and wow, Dan, what an environment.
Absolutely unbelievable environment. Winter Classic at Fenway Park down in Boston. That's why we got Charlie on the episode today. It was as cool of an experience as you would imagine. Going to the Cathedral of Boston, the greatest ballpark in America, put the rink out there. We had an unbelievable tilt between the Bees and the Penguins. 2-1 win, 2 tucks in the third period from Jake DeBrusk. I want to give some stick taps to Jake DeBrusk, by the way. Just, guy fractures his leg in the second period, stays in the game, scores 2 goals in the third to give the Bees a win on their home Winter Classic ice. That is hockey guy stuff.
Hockey guy, I was just about to say.
That is just as hockey guy as it gets. So the Winter Classic, huge shout out to the Boston Bruins, huge shout out to Fenway Park for putting on an unbelievable show, and shout out to the Pittsburgh Penguins for an unreal game. Beautiful stuff, and we're just so pumped that it led us to this amazing interview with Charlie McAvoy.
Yeah, I would say, Dan, it was just such a cool, the stepping out onto the ramp or whatever and seeing it for the first time.
Yeah,
truly gasped. Like that was the coolest part. Like literally just seeing the whole production the first time was incredible.
Yeah, it's unreal. And the people of Boston showed up.
Oh my
in
God,
a big
the city
way.
was popping.
Just in a big way. So let's not tease the balls anymore for you guys, and let's just get right into this Charlie McAview interview. Did I just say Charlie McAview? I did.
Yeah, you did.
That Charlie McAvoy interview. Here we go.
We were outside the Winter Classic, right? Like doing like man on the street interviews.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, hey, quick interview, like hottest Bruin, like a lot of that shit.
Yeah, you got a few of those.
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fucking right.
Yeah.
Not bad.
One girl
Not bad.
goes, she goes, who's the young hot defenseman? And we were like, Charlie, and she was like, yes. I was like, let's go.
She
But-
said some not safe for work stuff, if we're being
Yeah.
honest. She was
I'll send you the video.
Oh,
It's really
all right.
nice.
pretty good.
But we're like
Gassed
getting
me up,
people,
right?
and we're
Not
like, hey,
bad.
can you guys
Pump my
clap?
tires.
Like I just need you to clap before we
Yeah.
go.
And
So we get
action.
these like 4 Boston girls who are just like like bleach blonde.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, what's up? You guys want to be on this
Toast.
Friday beers interview? And they're like, yeah. And we're like, okay, can you clap?
And they started applauding.
And they go like this.
they literally start going like this.
And I was like, oh no, sorry, just
We're like, no,
one
I
clap.
need one of you to clap, and then all 4 of them were like, and I was like, you, this girl right here, clap.
That's so funny.
So great. All right, well, we are thrilled to welcome to the Empty Netters podcast a absolute stud for the Boston Bruins, 14th overall pick, top 5 Norris Trophy finalist last season, NHL All-Star, and just all-around stud, Charlie McAvoy. Welcome to the Empty Netters podcast.
Thanks for having me, fellas.
It's unbelievable. I'm excited.
Dude, are you bummed that you guys come to LA once a year and it's pouring rain?
I am. I'm a little choked about it, honestly. We had the same thing happen last year too. We come out here and it's like you look at this one, you circle this early on. As soon as you get the schedule, and you're like, okay, like middle of January or early January, it's gonna be freezing in Boston. We're gonna come out here, get some good weather, like sit by the pool, all that. No, rainy every day we're here.
I was gonna say I've got bad news. It's rainy the
I
whole
looked
time.
at the whole time. It was raining everywhere. Yeah.
So we were just at the Winter Classic, which, by the way, congrats on the huge win. And we had that same feeling leaving Boston. I was like, I can't wait to get out of this cold and get back home. And then it's just my flight was turbulence like you read about and just dumping rain when we got here. I was like, God damn it.
How was your guys' flight, by the way? Did you get rocked with turbulence or anything?
No, we were fine
Really?
on the way here. Yeah,
Ours
totally
was
smooth.
awful.
Totally
It
smooth.
was crazy. Yeah, pouring rain everywhere. It was brutal.
It was fine. We had some bad weather. The game right before Christmas break, the 22nd, we were flying that night to
Devils game?
Devils game.
Yeah.
Devils game, terrible, like frozen and windy as can be. We came all the way down, so we got the windows open. Like, we're rocking back and forth the whole time. We're all like buckled up. Like, nobody ever buckles up on the plane. We're all like strapped in, and we came all the way down, so we got the windows up. We're like, can you see the runway? We maybe got like 50 feet away. We're rocking all over, and the guy just went right back up, took us back up in the air. We
shit.
flew around for another like 20 minutes just to
Damn.
wait for the wind to kind of.
Yeah.
It was scary. That was probably the scariest flight we've had.
I've never been on a flight that went back up. That's
we went right back up.
I was
We're
about
like,
to say,
oh, this isn't good.
You've probably dealt with this being where you're from. I've been on one of those little puddle jumpers that flew to Nantucket, and I'm flying with a friend she gets her pilot's license, and she's like, it's great. We're going to fly out of Boston. We'll go to Nantucket, and I'm flying us. And you never want to be like, no, I'm not getting in a plane with you, because she doesn't want to die either.
No, of course.
But we get in this plane, and when we landed, we bounced and took right back off. And I was like, Lauren,
never again.
You cannot be like, yeah, we're all flying to Nantucket, and then you pull that shit.
Yeah,
it was
my God.
absolutely
obviously
horrible.
buying tickets for the way home. Leave the plane.
Seriously.
Oh.
So let's talk about the Winter Classic.
Okay.
That was, I mean, not your first time skating on Fenway, but
you beat the Penguins on Monday 2-1. Great. But 2017, when you were tearing it up for the BU Terriers, you were there, beat UMass 5-3.
Yeah.
So I got to know which one was more exciting, which one was more fun. So obviously this one was the Winter Classic, but like that's your first time ever seeing the ice at Fenway. You guys were like 5 in the country that year, absolutely buzzing. Is it hard to beat that first time, or was the Winter Classic so over the top?
Just two like totally different groups, right? Like one was college and this was Winter Classic. Like this is actually kind of funny. We won gold in Montreal World Juniors like 48 hours before that game. So we were still on our bender after that. Like we went out that night. We took a bus back from Montreal to Boston. We drove back and we kept it going the whole way. And then the next day we played at Fenway. We won, but I remember that it was like hurting a little bit going into that game. It was the noon game. I think Providence played Boston College. That was like the big one, and they played at like 7 p.m. So that was like a lot of fans on Nest. I remember we were already back in the dorm watching that one. We were the noon game, not many people there, freezing cold, like sunny. So you had the glare, like the high noon glare.
Yeah. Coming straight from Montreal, booze still in your system.
Yes, exactly. But we did win, and it was a lot of fun. This was night and day. Like this was the coolest game that I've ever played in, like by far.
So you think
the fans were unbelievable? Like, just I don't know, just everything about it was sick. Like, did a good job with the outfits, all that. Weather was perfect. You weren't too hot, you weren't too cold. The ice was good. Everything about it was just like it was just really well done. And then to come back and win like in that fashion it was just a bow on top.
Pump the ice was good because that was a huge worry when it was going to be warm. Pump the rain held off. I feel like it rained completely surrounding the game, but you got a perfect day.
Oh,
that was amazing.
The best part about that was it hung on the day before too, because they were going to cancel the family skate and the outdoor practice, so we didn't have that. I was hurt when we were in Notre Dame for the Winter Classic, like 5 years ago. So they canceled the outdoor practice. Everybody practiced at Compton, which is Notre Dame hockey's rink, and then the family skate was there. So
like sick.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
cool.
It's like a public skate, exactly. And they're all there, and they had fun. I still had a picture with my family and everything. But like this was the the experience that like everybody thinks of when you think of the Winter Classic.
Yeah.
When you're like a kid and they used to do the HBO like 24/7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Road to the Winter
You
Classic.
see, yes,
Yeah.
and you see
Elite.
all that, like everything about it. Like this was everything. You had the family ski, you had the outdoor practice, you had all of it. Like in the Red Sox locker room, everything about it. It was perfect.
And there, I know you guys don't get to see this, but the environment outside, like at the bars around the game,
Yeah.
dude, for hours. Like
I'm
we
sure.
showed up at like 9 a.m.
Yeah.
And there's lines down the street to get into, Game On, Cask and Flag, and all
Oh,
those
yeah,
spots right
everything.
there. I was like, oh my God, dude.
Yeah, a
people are
couple of those
going
spots
insane.
used to frequent back
Yeah,
in school.
Yeah.
exactly.
We
People-
drove right past Jillian's. We used to go there all the time. The bowling alley. or
Yeah.
Lucky
Yeah,
Strike.
fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's like a Dave and Buster's in there.
Yeah.
We used to hit that spot.
Not saying anything bad about Tahoe, but this obviously blew Tahoe out of the water.
Blew Tahoe away. Tahoe is great. Don't get me wrong. And like it was, like the scene there was amazing. The
Yeah.
backdrop being
So cool.
Lake Tahoe and everything. Like that was great. No family was tough. No fans was like, it was just like,
That's right.
Sucks the air out
yeah,
of
there
it.
was
Yeah.
nobody.
Yep.
There was nothing there. They just dropped that in the middle of that golf course there in Lake Tahoe and we played.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, so it was really hard to kind of compare the two because, like, I don't know, everything about COVID made that weird. Like, didn't even really explore Tahoe at all because it was COVID. So, like, you're just in the hotel and I don't know, it was just different.
Yeah,
No,
but
this felt, yeah.
It felt like, so from our perspective, like the fans' perspective, the stuff on social media that you see, the buzz around Boston leading up to this game was out of control. And you just said it kind of felt like that Road to the Winter Classic, literally living it.
Yeah.
You guys obviously between Christmas and this game played Buffalo. Did that game feel like a blip on the radar for you guys because there was so much buildup and planning going towards the Winter Classic, or was it like
No, because, like, they've been good this year. Like, you can't
Yeah.
overlook a team like that. And
yeah, for sure.
And I mean, you don't overlook any team in the league. You can lose on any given night to anybody. So, no, you're not looking past that game. We knew what we were playing for because at home we were like, we wanted to get out of the calendar year without losing or
Yeah.
in regulation.
Yeah.
In that game we should have won that game. I mean, we had it. They tied it up late and then
Dude,
overtime.
real quick, I was literally scared to text you because we were setting this up, and I'm like watching the game, and you guys
Yeah.
come back, and I was like, God, Charlie's gonna be so fired up. I can't wait to hit him up after this game. And then it
Oh,
was
man.
like bang tie,
Yeah,
bang OT
bang
loss,
tie,
and I was like,
yeah.
let's hit him up
I
later.
know. Text me later.
Yeah, I was like, we'll talk to you after this.
So we knew we were playing for. We had like some good incentive. Like, hey, let's make it to 23 without losing in regulation. Like, that was pretty cool. So I mean,
Yeah.
whatever, we lost, but we did. But more so in that game, you're thinking like, okay, just get through and don't get hurt, because you're like,
Such a good point.
True.
you know that the Winter Classic is next. You're like, please, like nothing stupid, nothing, like just make it through that game, and then when you do, you know you made it. You know you're healthy and you're gonna play.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I was freaking out. You might have not even clocked this, but I was freaking out those couple days before. There was some tweet from, I think it was like Fluto or something, that Olmark tweaked something and left practice. And I was like,
Yeah.
God damn it!
I
Are
know.
you like? And I was thinking for
I
him
know.
how miserable that must have been. But then like 5 minutes later, he was back on the ice, and I was like, all
Yeah.
right, we're good.
Oh, it was brutal because last the one at Notre Dame when I didn't get to play, like that was so brutal because I didn't have any broken bones or anything. What happened? I actually took a Jeff Petrie shot right off the heel. I'm like boxing someone out in front, and this thing just hits me right in the heel. It exploded my foot. Like it was crazy. So
Like the skin, you were
yes.
Oh,
So I
Jesus
needed like
Christ.
5 stitches. Yeah. After the game, I take my sock off. I got Kurt Schilling sock.
Yeah.
So I'm all bloody, and I'm like, what the hell happened? Like, broke the skin. There is no skin on the heel. So when you're trying to like stitch it up, like you can't like put it back
Seriously, yeah.
together. So it was really weird. And then like I played with it all the way up to Christmas. So that was like December 15th. So I played like 5 more games. It was like lidocaine before every game. Every time I was putting on the skate, practice and game, like just to get it into a skate because it hurt so bad. And it ended up getting infected. So I went home back to long.
Obviously.
Yes.
Oh, God
Yes.
damn it.
So I don't even know. It sucked. I should have been taking probably like antibiotics, like preemptive ones, while if I knew I was gonna play through it. Went home for Christmas. I'm in New York now. Wake up Christmas Day. This thing looks terrible. I sent a picture of the doc. He's like, you got to get back to Boston as soon as you can.
Oh,
So I
shit,
ended up
really?
like open presents with the family. I didn't even stay for dinner. I like turned right around, got a flight, and left Christmas Day. So that sucked. And then I know I'm like, okay, well, I've been playing with it. I know I can play with it. So is Doc gonna clear me? And it ended up being like, it's not worth like losing your foot.
Yeah.
It's not worth
Was
losing
that
I
bad?
don't know.
this
Dude.
thing.
Notre
It
Dame?
was infected. Yeah, and and they were
Jesus.
worried. So it was kind of on the fringe of like, did I have to go to the hospital to do like the IV antibiotics?
Yeah.
Or could I just do oral antibiotics and like just walk around in the boot and do all that? So had the boot on and everything, and I'm like, now we're going to the Winter Classics. I missed the game the 27th, the 29th. We're going there, play on the 1st. And I'm like, Doc, every day I'm like, look at it. Does it look better? Does it look better? Like, it look better? Look good enough? And then we're out there, and it was kind of like a split second, like, oh, can I do it? Can I go? And he wouldn't clear me.
Yeah.
He wouldn't
this
clear
looks like a
me.
Vietnam War.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
yeah.
not
You got
skate.
fucking trench foot. You're
Yeah.
not playing.
Charlie blocks a shot and gets gangrene in his foot,
Yeah.
and then it's all over.
So that was even harder though, because like if you got a broken foot or whatever, like you can't play, like you're medically ruled out. So I'm like, Doc, this is kind of wishy-washy though, like just let me play, like I know I can play. But it was always aired on the side of caution. It was
Yeah,
fun.
well,
So I got my Winter Classic in.
I was gonna say
Unde-
Undefeated at Fenway in your life, pretty
Yeah.
sick. I was laughing with Dan. Actually, it's nice to go to Fenway this year, and you got Linus Ullmark in net, who's been unconscious all
Oh my
year.
God.
And then I was looking up your BU team, and I was like, oh yeah, you just had some trash freshman Jake Ottinger in
Yeah.
there, awful at the position.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, you
Dude,
had some
we
pretty
were-
good backstops
we
at
were
Fenway,
loaded,
bud.
man.
you were
Yeah.
so loaded. I was
We were
looking
loaded.
at that
BU
BU team.
was stacked.
Yeah.
We had Otter in that, and then
Yeah.
me and Fabs on the back end. Chad Chris, who's still playing pro. A lot of guys who
Greenway's on that
everyone's
team too,
playing
no?
pro. Greener was on that
Yeah.
team. Keller was on that team.
Yeah.
Like we were pretty good.
You guys were a wagon.
Yeah, we were good.
I was talking about this on our live when we were at the game, and I had been noticing it on just like through photos and stuff, and I'm going to be devastated if truly there was nothing going on. Obviously, both teams, great setups, jerseys, you guys walking in the Red Sox jerseys, all that stuff's amazing. What the fuck was going on with Marshy's gloves? They were different. I'm not crazy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He spray
Okay.
painted them.
They're
They're spray
knew
painted
it.
gold, like the
Were they-
shittiest arts and crafts job you've ever seen. Yeah, they're
That's
spray
insane.
painted gold. He's a freak about the gear. He loves his gloves. So like
Okay.
his gloves are beat to shit.
Yeah.
And he got the new pair. Warrior sent him a pair of new ones, and he was like, "There's not a chance I'm using these."
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's got a couple pairs of the black ones that rotates. He just spray painted one.
And they don't care. They're like, go ahead, do whatever you want.
I don't know. I'm like, are we gonna get fined
Yeah,
for that? Like, is
exactly.
the league does the league fine for shit like that? I don't even know. But
It looked. I mean,
because you could tell, eh?
you could tell.
Yeah,
you could tell.
immediately.
Yeah.
And what's funny is I'm glad I'm happy to hear that his gloves are beat to shit, because it looks like his gloves are always falling off his hands all the time during the game.
Yeah.
And then looking at pictures, I was like, this dude's gloves are different than the rest of the team. And what's funny is he didn't even get the right color. I mean,
No.
Yeah.
I'm sure he just went out and got gold spray paint and was like, I'm going to do my best here.
Dude, whatever spray paint we had lying around the rink was
what went on
Yeah,
there.
was what went on there. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, I imagine Marshy's out there on the ice face washing someone. They're getting high from spray
From
paint
fucking
fumes.
spray
He just got spray paint all over his mitts.
Oh my god.
It's unbelievable. Looking at that game, when we're there and they're doing all the pre-stuff, and you've got all these Boston sports legends there. It's like they got Veritek there, and then I think Kike was there before, right? You guys were messing around with him.
Yeah, it was.
And then
unbelievable.
obviously Chiefs there, Bobby Orr, and then Big Z.
Yeah.
Must have been nice to see Big Z again. And
Yeah.
then what I need to know, you come into the league and you're immediately playing with Chara, who's like one of the greatest defensemen in the history of the NHL, one of the greatest leaders of all time. What was it like becoming so close to him, both as a teammate and then also a D partner, with this dude who is twice your age? And then also, let's be real, Z's got to be a bit of a lunatic in terms of his preparation, the way he takes care of his body and all
Yeah.
that stuff. Like, what was your relationship and is your relationship like with Chara?
Well, first, like having those legends were pretty cool, hey. So it was, you had Chief, Chief, Bobby, and Z, and then I think that was Veritek.
Yeah.
And
Wakefield, right?
And
Wake-
Yeah,
Wakefield.
Wake was there.
Wake,
dude.
and Wake was out
Knuckleballer.
there. Yes. So that was sick. Like
They had Bobby shoot one to Veritek.
They had Bobby
right?
shoot one to
I wanted
Veritek.
Wake to throw a knuckleball to Omar and be
You
like, try to
should've.
catch this dude. Yeah.
Bobby skipped the 2-hopper. in
I
there
know.
yeah.
I was
At
actually
least Tech scooped it
I was
for him.
impressed with Tech. Like he scooped a
Yeah, he
puck.
scooped it
you know?
perfect.
That was
I
really
know.
well done.
Then right after that, or right after the anthem, they had the flyover. I wish I knew that was coming. I should have known that was coming. They would do that because they come so fast that by the time you hear them coming, like you look up and like they're already
They're
like,
gone.
Yeah.
Gone. It's so
because they
true.
come right over. But that was sick. Yeah, so that was cool. That was cool. It was really well done that they did that. And then with Z, man, it was just unbelievable. Like I remember coming in the first day and I met him and I called him Mr. Chara and he's like, "Oh, call me Z," like, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And our relationship just evolved from there, and I get to be D partners with him for, you know, it was like 4 years. Learned so much. I got way better. I got way better as a defenseman, learning from him and, you know, being held accountable by him. So many things, and, you know, on the ice, off the ice, he does take care of himself like insane. He works out every day. You know, he was vegan for a while. I don't know if he still is, but everything that he puts into his body, like, it's only if it's going to make him better.
Yeah.
And everything he does is like, it's 110%. And it was pretty like apparent, like once you get, you know, spend some time around him, that you like understand. You're like, okay, I get it, how this guy's still playing, because he's a machine. And what he does, like the way he takes care of himself, the way he recovers, everything he does is in the mindset of like, how am I going to get better?
Yeah.
Which is something you just have to admire, it really.
For sure.
And then as a person, just a human being, like, what an unbelievable guy. Like,
Yeah.
he's just such a gentleman and just like a larger than life
Literally,
figure, literally and figuratively.
In every way.
Did he
Yes,
ever,
in
did he
every
ever
single way.
tear into you? Like, did you ever make a bad play when you were young and he just let you have it on the bench?
No, man.
Really?
He's unbelievable. There'd be times when, like, you know, he, like, maybe, like, yell. Like, he would just, like, I don't know. He never snapped on me,
Yeah.
ever.
It's like such a struggle to think of him doing anything negative.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, so, like, there's times, you know, yell my name to get my attention, you know, during a play or something like that. Like, but he never. And I made a ton of mistakes. And honestly, that, like, really does a good job of explaining, like, just who he is and, you know, his leadership abilities, everything. He was able to get across to me, you know, without ever having to do that.
Yeah.
And I also was very attentive to everything he said. Like,
Yeah.
you know, as
Got
soon
it,
as he opened
dude,
his
yeah.
mouth, you just listen, and you respect, and the utmost respect for him and everything, you know, because he's earned that. And he's
Yeah.
deserved that. But yeah, he never snapped on me, man. He was fucking always.
Just a true
Just-
gentle
Yeah.
giant.
Yes,
love it.
literally,
I love
just
it.
a
Yeah.
gentle giant. No.
And that leads into, I mean, you go from Z to now Berg, who is, I mean, by all accounts, truly the greatest human being who's ever lived.
Yeah.
And is it interesting? I mean, it's obviously such a blessing to have two guys like that you've learned from, that you've gotten to play with. But now also at 25, being a leader of the team now, like you're wearing the A in many, many games. Is it weird following in the footsteps of two of arguably the greatest captains in the history of the NHL? Like, how's it feel with that?
I don't know. Like, it's so crazy to think that I've got to play with both of them, continue to play with Bergie. Like, they're two of the best human beings that I've ever met. Like, just the way that they treat people, and like, take hockey out of the equation because
Yeah.
they're Hall of Fame hockey players.
Yeah.
But just as people, like, they are unbelievable people. The way they treat people, the way they care for their teammates, each other. Like, I don't know, man. I just feel really blessed, like, to get to play with those
For
guys.
sure.
Honestly, like, it's not something that I take for granted, and I would say it about Z. It's not something that I ever took, you know, lightly, or you know, would stop and realize, like, just how lucky I was to get to have him as a partner.
Yeah.
And then now it's Bergie, and Bergie's picked up, you know, where Z left off, and really just like, I can't think of someone, the two of them, people who embody what it means to be a leader and a captain of a team. Like, those are the two perfect. Like, just look at them.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
It. Like, they're exactly what I think it means to be a captain, everything that they do and how they carry themselves.
Yeah. It's funny just as fans of the game looking at the Bruins organization when Z was retiring, and it's like, well, this has got to be the easiest handoff.
Yeah.
There's no like, oh shit, who's the captain now? It's like, oh, you have another true,
you have a guy
ridiculous-
who also like could have been wearing the C. Like,
Whole career,
they were
yeah.
always co-captains.
Yeah.
You know, only one of them could wear the C though. But Bergie was always like a very vocal leader where Z, when he would talk, it was kind of like few and far between, so it made his words so much more meaningful, like when he would stand up and talk. But Bergie is a different kind of leader. Like, the way he brings it is he's consistent. He brings it every day the same way. Definitely more vocal than Z was. Two different leadership styles, but like, he was always doing that all along.
Yeah.
And he's always been a leader since forever.
I was
Like,
gonna say, I think that dude was born a leader.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
I imagine
And,
he
like,
was leading group
on that
projects in preschool.
and on that 2011 team was when he kind of stepped in. Like, I heard stories of when he kind of stepped into that role there, like, to really kind of lead that team from a vocal standpoint and like from a captain standpoint. And at that point, I think he just had an A. If he even had an A. So he's always been doing that, and like, that's something that kind of, every team has guys like that who don't even wear letters, who are really instrumental, like, leaders.
I'm actually surprised that Berg is so vocal. Like, when I think of Berg, I picture him like the really quiet. When he talks, listen.
Yeah.
But Berg never speaks, to the point that I wonder if Char is so quiet that it made Berg talk more. Like, he's like, dude, you're not going to say something.
Somebody's
I'll
gonna do
say
it. Somebody's
something.
gonna say something.
That's amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Okay, I want to talk World Juniors.
Okay.
2016, you're on the squad. Great run. Beat by Russia. Redemption against Sweden. Bronze medal game. Take that home. 2017, you come back. And in Canada, right, you guys win your group. Beat Canada 3-1. Win your group. Beat the Swiss. Epic shootout against Russia. Playing Canada in the final. Beat them in a shootout. And you wore an A in that tournament, too. 6 points in 7 games. Goal and assist in the final. Monster goal, too, by the way. You guys are down 2-0. That was a big one. Tie it up. Go down 4-2. Tie it again.
I know.
Shootout. Troy Terry on his shootout bullshit after his TJ Oshie rush impression.
Yeah.
Incredible. We were having so much fun watching that tournament, as does everybody, watching Bedard be a true psychopath out there. I think the Czech just beat Sweden now.
We were
and
watching after practice.
USA Canada is
we
like
got
on now.
15 Czechs on our team.
I was gonna say,
Boston, all that.
it's like truly the Bruins are the Czech representative in the NHL.
Yeah,
now.
seriously.
Yeah,
They
so
were
an
watching,
absolute tilt right now in the other semifinal game.
Yeah, starting to.
And so we would just love to hear what's that tournament like? Like, what were your 2 experiences there? And like, tell us everything about that, because it seems like the coolest thing that's ever happened.
Yeah.
And I want to know if it is.
Man, it's so freaking cool. Like, when you grow up as a kid, like, I remember, and it was actually kind of funny because, speaking of the Winter Classic, like, as a family, the New Year's Eve game was always USA Canada. They would always make the exception, and I know now sometimes they don't. Like, they weren't in the same group this year. But it used to never be like that. It was always USA Canada, no matter what people finished in the year before. Like, it was always USA Canada in that New Year's game. So we would like make a big thing, around it. And growing up, like, those guys were my absolute idols watching the World Juniors and cheering for Team USA. And it was so freaking cool and so surreal to make it to that, and then to get to play in both of them too. So it kind of had that first year as a freshman at BU, and then the second year. Two different experiences. One was in Finland, so we were in Helsinki the first year. Loaded team.
Yeah. Oh
Loaded
my God.
team. You could honestly argue that team was better, like, than the year after when we won the whole thing, because we had a lot of talent on that team that first year, and we didn't get it done. We ran into Russia, and they had a really good goalie. I think it might have been maybe it was either Samsonov or Georgiev. I don't even remember, but they were good.
That was a devastating lot. Like, you're right,
I
you guys
know.
were stacked.
Devastating.
When you guys lost, I was
we
like,
went up
fuck.
1-0 too.
I know.
Yeah.
So we went up 1-0 early, and you know, you start feeling all those emotions of, you know, just a hockey game. You're like, all right, we're up 1-0. Like,
We're buzzing.
We're going
We're
to a
buzzing.
gold medal game.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and just the ebbs and flows. Like, they end up tying it up, and then, you know, scoring late, lose that one. Second year was cool because that was like our group. Because when you play in Ann Arbor, that 97 age group, so we had pretty much like that entire team back for the World Juniors. Like, it felt like a big family reunion. We had, you know, maybe like 13, 14 of the 20 guys from Ann Arbor on that team, that 97 birth year. And then you filled it in with the other best guys around college and everybody else in junior, and like, and we were really good. But
I mean, from our perspective, it felt like another kick at the can for you guys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was
Like, it
going
was
to
like
ask how
coming
it helped
back,
you get
it was
it
like-
done.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And like, and that group's different because the familiarity that we had from that 97 team and how close we were, like, we didn't skip a beat. So now we're all back together. Everybody's 2 years more mature. You know, everybody's got college experience now, and everybody's 2 years better at hockey.
Yeah.
So we bring that team back together, and like that, like, love family thing that we had from there
Yeah.
just translated immediately. And it was like, boys, like, let's do this.
Gotta
shit.
have
Let's
it,
win
fellas.
this thing. And we went wire to wire. We won every game in that tournament. We beat
Yeah.
Canada twice. Really hard to do in any tournament.
Yeah.
Beat a team twice. Beat Russia. That shootout was
How
that
stressful,
tournament.
how stressful was that,
tournament
dude?
took years
Yeah,
off my life.
bet it
I
did.
can only imagine, dude.
Two
Watching
shootouts,
it,
but like 5-hole Terry. Like, are you kidding me? I was still like, we'll watch that thing every time World Juniors comes back. It's this time of year. Like, someone will post it.
Yeah.
And bring it back, and like, it'll never die, and I hope it doesn't, because that was one of the coolest things that I've ever been a part of. Like, we had to have it, I think, on like 2 of those goals.
Then the Russia shootout.
Yes,
Yes,
to,
correct.
to
you did.
keep it
Correct,
going.
correct.
I think
Yep.
like the fucking pressure. Are you kidding me?
there were 2 do or die.
2
shots
do or
on
dies,
that.
I think.
If I were Troy,
yeah.
I would watch that YouTube video before every game.
Before every
I
game.
would just be like this.
I'd
I'm
be
the
like,
fucking
I'm the
man.
bat. I'm the fucking man. I know.
I'll never not be this incredible. I
Dude.
watch it every single day.
Oh my god! And like, I just remember like the feeling. Both of those coming off the bench when he won it, and everybody's diving into each other, and that was just to go to the gold medal game. But like, the feeling was insane, and then to win it, that game was insane in itself.
Correct.
2-0, come back, tied up in the second. Now it's 2-2, and then, you know, there's 10 minutes left in that game, and all of a sudden they score again. It's 4-2, and it's like, okay, we're not gonna be able to do it again, right? No, we scored
Pretty quick, dude.
Pass one to
Very
Bellows.
It's like,
came down the wall,
Yeah.
got it, passed it to Bellows, through the crease, backhand over to him, and he scored 30 seconds later. It's like, this shit's not done. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
tied it up. I think they honestly probably had the better looks in overtime, if I remember. It was 20 minutes, 5-on-5, and no one was able to score. They had a power play in overtime, I
Yep.
remember.
Yeah. Which was, speaking about years off your life, man, that
Oh.
20 minutes is
Oh my
like, are
God.
you shitting me? Like, how no one scores, how you get
how
through
no one
that.
scores. We had a couple
Oh.
chances, actually, like a couple in the crease, I think, but they did too. Oh. And nobody scored, and then you just knew we had Troy Terry.
was
on
gonna
our-
say,
we had Troy
exactly.
Terry on our
Amazing.
team. I felt pretty confident about
You
it.
go into the shootout in that gold medal game after what had just happened.
Yeah.
You're, like, you know, on their bench, they're like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Their
this is-
their
we're so
fucking
screwed.
guy too. He had it, man. He had it. He made a good move on Parse, and like, I think it was Wah on Vegas. I think he's on Vegas.
Yeah.
He leg kicked and went forehand, backhand, and he had Parse dead to rights, and he lost the puck, and we won. And oh my god, I javelined my stick. We're all trying to get off the bench as fast as we can, and I'm like, every time I was trying to lift my leg up, someone was jumping, and I like couldn't get off the bench. Just pure freaking elation, man. That was for sure the coolest thing. My favorite hockey memory for sure.
Oh, really?
wow,
Oh, yeah.
that's a great stat.
Are
Yeah.
we as Winter Classic in top 3 now?
For sure, top 3. I mean, the finals would have been would have been number
Yep.
one if we
Yeah.
won it,
Yeah.
if we win that game 7. But yeah, it's got to be the memories where you win. So
For sure.
World Juniors.
Yeah, you
and then
take
I'll
it.
put
You'll
Winter
take it.
Classic
Dude,
next
speaking of your stick, so we're talking about Marshy, that mutant spray painting his gloves. I'm never gonna forget
It's
about
so
that.
funny.
So when we were talking to Dutchy, he's talking about how much he changes his stick. You don't do a damn thing to your stick. Is that correct? Like, you are same curve, same flex,
Yeah, I'm using
grip all over
I'm
it.
just fucking P92.
Sakic.
Yeah.
I've been using the
Clean
Sakic.
Sakic.
First
Sakic?
it's the Sakic, then it's
it's
well
everything.
no, at first it was the Iserman, then it was the Sakic, and then it was the Hall, the Taylor Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who's now my teammate.
yeah.
And yeah, I've just the generic stick. I've always used that Sakic curve, and then my flex has changed. So I was like, 85, I think in USHL, and then I went up to like 100, and then now I'm back down. I use 95.
Okay.
Grip, the whole way down as grippy as you can make it. I use they have like a special grip Bauer makes.
Are there regulations on that? Like, does the league allow you, or can you?
No,
just-
you can do whatever you want.
That's
Yeah, for your
beautiful.
stick, I think it's just I don't know, are there curve rules? I think like you can't have
Yeah,
too
There
much of a
used to
hook.
be. Yeah, I don't know. if
Yeah,
there's still-
right.
Yeah,
Like they used to like check people's stick.
yeah.
I don't know. if
That
they
old
do that
Paul
anymore.
Coffey.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, they have like this one. It's like there's all these grips, and then they have this one that's just all the way over here. That's literally the grippiest thing.
Is it like
I
just
knew
for
that.
you, or is it like
I don't
anyone
know.
could buy?
I'm sure there's probably more people.
Do you
that
go
use it,
all
but
up
I
and
use
down
that.
the whole
It's all
shaft?
the way grip the whole way. I've been using the same knob for years. Yeah, I don't really change many things up.
Hold on. What, you're going grip all the way down to the blade, pretty much. Yeah.
I think they cut off like maybe I don't know.
How much of that is superstition? Because there's no way you're really using that low on the stick.
No. But I don't know. It's just preference, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
it's
I get it.
preference.
Like, we've all got.
Well, because Bauer actually sent me these sticks, so they went they went all the way. Well, it usually goes all the way. So, yeah, pretty much to the blade.
Yeah.
I have grip. These ones came like probably like a foot off the blade was where the grip stopped.
Yeah,
So no, when are you ever gonna have your stick?
that's what
like
I'm
that?
saying. Like, maybe
But then
if
I
you're
would,
a face
but then I would be like,
but
yeah. But then I was like, I'm lining up for face-offs, and like I got 2 hands on it and whatever. I hated the feeling of not having the grip even when I was down there, even though you don't play like that. So I like sent them back and got new ones with the grip all
Everywhere.
the way down.
You're like, put
yeah,
this shit all the way down.
all the way. Just fucking grip the shit out of it. Like
Because I hated the feeling of the grip. Like when I
I
was
love
playing,
the
it was
grip.
like I wanted to be so smooth, like
Oh,
synergy.
no
yeah.
grip,
But,
eh?
like, were you rocking like the yellow synergy?
I was gonna say
like,
I was early on that yellow synergy game.
yeah, the yellow
Yeah.
synergy, good stick. I love the silver one that was blue at the bottom.
oh,
Yep.
The
yeah.
stealth.
Yep.
Yep.
That was
That was like the
my
super light
favorite. Yeah,
stealth.
Yeah, yeah.
that
like
was my
the
favorite.
Synergy SL.
Yeah.
I think honestly the best hockey stick ever made is the S17.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that thing is a
the
weapon.
Easton.
Yeah,
I used
absolute
Easton-
weapon.
I only used Easton as a kid. Like
Same,
I loved
100%.
Easton sticks, and then I don't even. A couple guys were hanging on using them. Like who Kessel maybe was
Yeah,
using
probably.
them still.
Yeah.
I know Letang was using them for a while, and like they had been dead, and now I don't think anybody uses them anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Which is
that
a travesty,
before.
by the way.
Yeah,
They were
like-
first to the game. I mean, they were nothing even touched synergies for so
It was
long.
the coolest thing I'd ever seen.
They were the best.
And yeah, it's sad to see some gone now. It's
I know.
brutal stuff. But
Okay, super grippy. Yeah.
yeah, my last question on the sticker: you white or black tape guy?
Black.
Let's go.
I can't.
Dude,
I've
I'm with you.
tried like using white.
Bums me out. So
I've tried using white. There are times I like use it in practice or something, and I feel like I had a foreign object in my hand.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't.
Just don't like the look.
I agree.
Don't like the look, the
Yeah.
feel. I don't know. I'm very like particular, I guess, about.
Both a black up top
Guess I'm
too.
realizing now that I'm
Yeah.
pretty particular about some of this shit.
I mean, I feel like we all. I mean, I would
have to
imagine
be.
You like what you like.
You
eh?
gotta
There's-
like
yeah,
what you like.
yeah, yeah.
If you fuck up the
There
routine,
are a lot of
totally-
guys that do change stuff. Like they'll change flex during the year. Like they'll change patterns and stuff like that. They'll go black tape, white tape. Like I can't do any of that. Like I'm so small minded in term like I like what I like and I just don't change anything about it, and that's kind of
I don't think that's small-minded.
Me
at all.
neither.
I think,
It's
in
working.
fact, I think like in a world full of variables, we need a few constants.
Yeah, a
So
few
it's like
constants.
just like give me one stick, please. That
That's it.
just is the same way.
Yeah.
What do you have a pre-wrap knob or do you tape your knob?
No, I tried that.
Tell me about your knob, Charlie. Is basically what I'm
Okay,
saying. I want to
yeah.
hear all about it.
I tried that the one that like you slide right on.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like butt ends, I think they're
yeah,
called.
yeah. I think that's right.
Yeah, so I used them for a little just because I thought they were easy. Didn't feel like as good as when you just do it yourself. So
yeah,
I go take a roll of white tape and I do the spin cycle on it. So
Yeah.
I got like the the really like thin. I don't even know how to explain it. And then I'll do a couple laps around the top of the knob with that, and then I keep it going down just as far as my hand can go.
Yeah.
So nothing crazy. And then I always use the like the yellow sticky tape on the top.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
Best.
grippiest stick
Yeah,
in the league, dude.
yeah.
It's
So even more
unbelievable.
grip.
The Howie's tape.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Oh,
Yeah, that shit's the
yeah,
best.
it's the best.
I love
Incredible.
that stuff. Unbelievable.
Okay, another thing we talked about with Dutchie is number, and I have a number question for you.
Mhm.
So you wore 7 at BU.
Yeah.
Is that your favorite number? Why 7? And did you wear that growing up too? Was that
No,
like
25 was my favorite number.
Oh,
Always.
okay.
Yeah, I
'Cause
wore.
you wore that for USA.
I wore 25
Yeah.
in Ann Arbor. I wore it at World Juniors. I wore it every time I could. 25 was always my favorite number.
Did you go 7 at BU because it adds to 25 adds to 7?
No, I just went 7 because I had a couple to choose from, and I just landed on 7. College is different, so Brandon Fortunato wore it at BU, so I didn't have a chance, and then
Fucking Carlo. Brandon.
Carlo.
Yeah.
Brandons are
Brando,
just fucking you
Brando,
up.
yeah, the Brandos.
Yeah,
It's
wow,
Brando
that's
beat me-
crazy.
He
That's
beat
a
me
big
by
story.
a year. He made
Yeah.
it in a year early, a year before me, and he was 25. So
Don't lie.
So
When you saw him get to the B's and he took 25,
Choked.
were you pissed?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. Like, you don't know. If you're
Offer
gonna-
him some money, dude.
until you make it. Like,
yeah.
I'm not like, oh my god, no. My mind was never like, hey, he took my number that I'm gonna be wearing here
No,
one
it's
day.
good. It's a
Like,
good
no.
answer.
Dude,
I
good answer.
no, until you make it, you don't never
Well,
know.
one thing I loved was I'm like, okay, you have 7, because like I'm watching you in college and everything. I'm like, okay, he's wearing 7 at BU.
Yeah,
Playing World Juniors, you're wearing 25, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's the 7. I get.
the
it.
7.
Then you go to Providence, wear 43, and I'm like, yes, that's
Oh
the 7.
shit, I did wear
So
43.
I was like, dude, this
We were
guy.
big on-
I was like, oh shit, like I was like waiting for you to grab 61 on
yeah,
the B. I was
something
like,
that.
something is
It always
happening
has to
here.
add up to 7.
Right, but then
That's
I
cool.
saw that you were like, because obviously, dude, like 25 numbers already taken on the big squad.
Yeah.
Retired numbers. When you get called up, you don't have a
Yeah.
lot to choose from, right? So
No.
I saw you said it was like 58.
Yeah, there were some good ones
76.
actually. Like there
Yeah.
were, like so you got like I think of like Latang with 58. Couple guys wear that, and then like 76 was there. So like Subban,
yeah.
like couple like numbers that guys had worn that were cool. So I knew I didn't want to do 58. I knew I wanted to involve a 7 because
I was gonna ask,
I had
yeah,
grown
yeah.
to love 7
Right.
when I was in school. So then it was either like 74, 76, or 73. And I don't know. I thought 73 was cool.
It's a sick number.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I don't know. I just
It's a
went
sick
for it.
number.
And I was like, I didn't want to wear 76. I didn't want to wear 58 because I wanted to do my own thing. So I didn't want to like be like a repeat of that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Didn't really know anybody who ever wore 73, and like it happened to be Michael Ryder.
Yeah.
Like the older Bruins. But I wasn't a Bruins fan when I was growing up, so I didn't even know. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna trailblaze 7-3 here and see what happens.
I loved it. I'm.
Now I
so
see
I'm-
kids like youth hockey kids.
How
Everybody,
sick
like
is
so
that,
many
dude?
kids wearing 73. Like,
Definitely.
yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool.
I'm a big numbers guy, and when you were picking your number, I was like, the Bees were in this weird run of every defenseman was wearing a number in the 40s or the 50s.
Yeah,
And I was like, please God, don't wear 43.
nothing with 43.
I was like, Barkowski had 43, and then he
Barkowski, yeah.
bounced, and then
Yeah.
That when you, did they have it when you came up? When you got called up, was someone already in 43? Was that Bart?
I don't know when I never played with Bart. Well, when I went to Prov, they just gave it to me. Like I
Yeah,
didn't pick
sure,
a
of
number. I didn't
course.
pick a number in Prov. They're like, hey, you're
Yeah,
wearing
right.
43. I'm
here's
like,
the
okay.
jersey. Put
Yeah.
it on.
Yeah, here, yeah.
Sounds good.
Wear this. And then in the league, I don't know.
So 43 is maybe available. Like, you could've
Maybe,
just
yeah,
kept
could have
it.
been. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like.
I do love that once you got it and then you get the chance to change it and you were like, no, this is my
Yeah,
thing.
I
I'm
was like,
doing
I'll
this
stay.
now.
I'll
So, like,
stay.
I love that.
Yeah, I just, seeing a couple of McAvoy jerseys in the stands and you just feel bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad. I don't want to change now.
I got to get a
These people.
custom McAvoy 25, I think.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty
what
cool.
could have been?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh
Just
my God.
in a parallel
Just
universe.
rub it in
yeah.
Carlos' face.
Oh, yeah, you and Carlo jersey swap maybe after
I
the
know.
game.
There were some numbers after that year too, like that opened up, and I had worn 44 in juniors. I love that number, like Pronger. So that was there. 25 was taken, but like more stuff came available. Like when you go to training camp the next year, and it's like, they were like, you don't have to wear.
Yeah, like, Charlie, seriously, you can take 7
Yeah,
days
you
off.
can,
Yeah,
you can,
For
you
the
can
love of
pick
God.
a different one. Like you can get first choice, and I'm like, no, like things went pretty well.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
I'll leave it. Yeah.
Dude, so we owe you a congratulations. You get engaged this summer to
Stick
Kylie.
taps,
Yeah.
stick
Long
taps.
Longtime
Cheers,
college girlfriend.
Cheers. Thank you,
Beautiful
thank you,
stuff.
thank you.
Did it in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
Not a big deal.
Not a big
It's a
deal.
big flex. Did you know when you planned that Italy trip you were going to do it?
Yeah.
And
I
were
did.
you nervous?
Completely nervous, terrified. Which is a good thing.
Yes.
Yes.
Which is a good
agree.
thing.
Don't get comfortable, dude.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
No, I knew. So I knew that this summer, or I guess last summer, was like, I knew I wanted to do it over the summer. I had it planned. I had already gotten the ring. Like I knew I just needed something cool
yeah.
to do. So in my head, I'm like trying to figure out like a good place to do it, something like that, some local in Boston. And then we get invited to Tuca's wedding, which is in Italy. And I'm like, okay, like
Yeah.
I have to do it there. I have to do it there. So tried to be like super respectful, like, steal the
Yeah,
shine.
you
And
can't,
his
you
wedding.
can't do it.
No, so we went to Capri first, and Brad and Katrina Marchand were over there. So us 4 were in Capri together. They had gotten there a day before, so they did a boat tour. And I'm like, Marsh, I got this ring. Like, I got to do it here before we go to Lake Como, because I'm not doing it. Once we get to Como, like, that was too
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, me. I'm like, I got to do it here.
Tuke's like reading his
Yeah,
vows.
dude,
And
yeah,
Charlie's
yeah.
like, just 1 second.
Yeah,
Tukes."
hold on. Yeah, sorry, Tukes. So I'm like trying to figure out. I'm like, where am I gonna do it? He's like, bro, we went on the boat yesterday. So Marshy gets a big assist for this. He's like,
Wow,
we went on
yeah.
the boat yesterday. There's this rock. It's called Forever Rock. It's like
Oh
you're
my
supposed
God.
to kiss underneath it. All this stuff, like whatever. Yeah. So Marshy's romance side, he gets the assist on that one, and he set
Huge
it up,
play.
and then
Were you at all-
so we went on the boat. And,
Were you at all worried about dropping the ring in the water?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel
that's
like I would
ripe
be
for
like,
losing the ring
no way.
territory.
Oh my God! Like there was so many like little things that I look back on now, like Kylie being like, "Yeah, I'm not even really bringing anything. Like we can just share a bag, right?" And I'm like, "No."
No.
I'm like, "Get your own bag." Like
Yeah.
it's just like, why can't we just share a bag? Like all I have is this. And I'm like, I don't just get your own bag.
Wear
Like,
those shorts without the pockets.
Yeah,
I like
wear-
those
yeah,
shorts.
yeah,
and you're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
no, I really need
Yeah,
these.
all these things, man. All this little stuff, and she the waterworks right away. She said she has no idea. She had no idea.
Okay, that was my
so
next
it was
question.
good.
She was surprised.
So
Yeah.
she was surprised, and yeah, it went perfect, man.
Well done.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So the elephant in the room, for those who don't know, Kylie's dad is the coach of the Penguins.
Mm-hmm.
How often, if ever, does she weaponize that against you?
Yeah.
Like you guys have a game against the Penguins coming up, you start acting like an asshole, and she's like, "I'm going to tell my dad that you've got a knee problem going on right now."
Yeah,
And just
that's
have the
it.
whole team target you. Like,
No.
does that come up ever? I mean, like obviously it comes up in certain ways, but how's that like? I mean, you're navigating a life
Well,
with a
it's-
fiance whose dad is
Yeah.
a coach of another NHL team.
Yeah, I know.
That's an
I know.
interesting circumstance.
It's pretty crazy. So when we met in college, freshman year, so it was Halloween was when we first met.
What were you dressed as?
Steve the Pirate. I was Steve the Pirate, and she was a
What was-
mermaid.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
She
Yeah.
Wow.
was a mermaid.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, it was fun. But so he was in Wilkes-Barre at the time, and they ended up firing. I think it was Mike Johnson.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Like right around like New Year's or something.
Yeah.
So I go to World Juniors. That was the years in Finland. Come back, and like I think it was right when I got back. So it was right around New Year's. I think he got hired. So now he's the coach of the Penguins. So he was in Wilkes-Barre, and then he was with Pittsburgh. Wins the Stanley Cup that year.
Yeah.
And then ever since, he's obviously had unbelievable success there. But they're an amazing family. Like so I've been together 7 years, me and Kai, and like
For sure.
yeah, I've gotten so close with them, and they're incredible people, and it makes for some fun hockey rivalries, but no, it's nothing but just mutual respect, really.
Of course, yeah. I bet the lead up to
It's
the Winter
tough
Classic.
it's tough for her because like
Yeah.
she's like, I hope you have a hat trick, but the only way for my dad to like have a good game is if they win.
Yeah,
So,
right.
like,
It's
so
brutal.
like, if you get 3 goals but they win, like then everybody's happy.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
always
yeah.
rooting for the Penguins to win and you to play well.
Me to play really
that's
well.
The
You
dynamic.
to play really
yeah.
well.
Damn, so you guys started dating freshman year, eh?
Yeah, freshman year. Yeah.
That's wild.
Halloween, dude, pretty quick too, by the way.
It's
Early
Halloween.
in the semester.
Yeah.
You got to college, went to your first
Bang.
major party, and you were like, I'll probably marry this girl.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
Dude, I was 17 too. I went in early when I went to college. She was 7, or I was 17. She was 18. Yeah, man. We met. It was so like everybody gets like their group of friends. So hers was like a couple girls that lived on the same floor as her. One of the guys on the team started hooking up with one of her friends. So they all met and they're together at this point. Like I have no idea who she is or any of those girls. And he was like, hey, like there's this girl. I think like she's kind of into you. Like you should meet. And so I shot my shot.
Yeah.
Threw it out there.
Like I have a gold
Instagram
medal, by the
DM,
way.
Dressed like Steve the
Instagram
Pirate.
DM,
Yeah.
shot my shot, and we were like, yeah, like Halloween's next week. Like we're going to this party after the game. It was really cool. We played Denver that night and beat them in overtime at Aganis.
Sick.
Yeah, and then
Fuck yeah.
and then we went out right after, and we ended up meeting at that party. The rest is history.
Good
Unbelievable.
Lord.
Okay.
Come on.
Now, I want to get into your family a little bit. Your dad, Charlie McAvoy Sr., nicknamed the Wolf, by the way.
Wolf.
Unbelievable
How
nickname.
do you know about the wolf?
Dude, just let's not get into that. Let's talk about this. Why is Chuck Sr. the wolf?
The wolf? I'm pretty sure. I think it was Bruce Fox, so Adam Fox's dad, who called him the wolf. And I don't know, like, we were all kids, so we played on the same team, the Long Island Gulls, when we were growing up, me and Foxy. And like my dad he was an animated hockey dad.
Yeah.
Those early years, like he's good now. He's good.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah. He figured it out, but he was definitely
He's
an
still
animated,
banging on the glass
yeah,
at
right?
NHL games.
He was an animated hockey dad. So I think it was just born out of that because he was a yeller. And
Yeah, he was howling at the moon.
Yeah,
You got to sometimes.
He was always
I
howling,
love it.
So he turned into the
I
wolf.
love it.
I was about to say it's unreal that you and Foxy knew each other growing up, but I need a TV show of the Wolf and the Fox. And
Yeah.
Bruce
The Wolf and the
Fox and your
Fox.
dad just
Bruce was
shredding waves.
Bruce Fox. Well, they're amazing people too. The Foxes are
Yeah.
a great family. Like Bruce was funny. Bruce would always sit in the corner by himself, and all those games. And whenever Adam would do something bad or like we weren't playing well, it was just always 2 hands, and he would just throw them. Like that's garbage, garbage.
You knew. You
Loved
see
it. He was,
him.
He
Yeah,
was
you're
an
like, oh,
animator
God.
with the hands. He would
Yep.
always throw them, and that's how
Oh,
you knew.
shit,
He was
that's
always
unreal.
hands in the pockets
Okay,
in the corner by
so
himself.
your dad and your uncle have family business, McAvoy Plumbing and Heating in Long Beach. I think like their grandfather started in like 1929.
yeah,
It's a
yeah,
generational
yeah. So
thing,
it's 4th
right?
generation now.
Yeah. Okay, so and also he was your coach growing up, your dad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I saw an awesome thing that you were saying. Obviously you want to be a forward and go and bar down in front of the ladies and everything, don't we all? But then your dad was like, "Listen, I don't need the other parents bitching at me while my kid's up on first line. So
Yeah.
you got to play D.
You're playing D.
Yeah, you're like, okay,
Nobody wants to play D,
Right.
so he was like, "Whatever, I'm the coach, and you don't have a choice." So he put me back.
worked
there.
out pretty nicely.
Yeah, it did, it did.
We'll take
I
it.
bounced around a little. I played a little forward and then D, and then I went back to forward when I was like 12, and then I played forward that whole year, and then someone got hurt, and they're like, "We need another defenseman," so I went back on
Go
D.
back, yeah.
Played like 2 shifts on D. And I'm like, that's it. I'm never going back to forward. Like, this is way more.
Yeah.
I touched the puck way more
Little
back
more
here.
ice
Like,
time,
I
yeah.
get more ice time. I get
Yeah.
everything. Like, I just felt like I came back home. And,
Yeah.
I was
So
like, I'm
we
never
were
going back.
wondering, just talk about how your dad, your whole family, your mom, your 3 sisters, and just Long Beach itself, growing up there, helped shape you into, the person you are, the player you are, all that, just like that whole childhood scene.
Because it
Yeah.
seems like, not to interrupt, but it seems like with everything you do, with the way you handle yourself with teammates, with the way you handle yourself in your personal relationships, like you are a family guy.
Mhm.
And, so are we. And it just seems like such a cool and awesome and an experience you're very grateful for, to be able to have such an unreal support system.
Yeah, it's tight-knit community and, small town values, I think. Like, you just, I grew up with, dad worked incredibly hard. My mom was just full-time mom. And just really under the mindset of, like, you have to work for everything. My dad worked his ass off to give us everything and, like, to give me a chance to play hockey. My sisters played hockey. They played other sports. Like, he did everything for us. So I definitely learned a lot through that. and then the perspective you have once you kind of grow up and mature a little bit, and then you kind of realize like, okay, like, you know, what actually, like how hard he was working and all the sacrifices and stuff like that. And then I think that sort of helped me kind of become who I was going to be as an adult, you know, and their support really. And then everybody from Long Beach, all the people I grew up with, I think, you know, sort of that blue collar work for everything vibe.
Yeah.
It definitely defines a lot of who I am for sure.
Yeah.
In honor of the family business, McAvoy Plumbing and Heating, would you describe your game more as plumbing or heating?
Think about this now.
This is like, yeah.
This is hard hitting.
The beauty is there's no wrong answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no wrong answer. I feel like in my head, like I'm thinking like a plumber as like a grinder,
Yeah.
and maybe like a heater as like a skill guy. I don't know if that's completely stupid.
I kind of like that. That's
It makes sense why you're such a two-way guy.
Yeah.
Because
Right in the middle,
you're like
both.
your whole family legacy is built on a two-way system.
player.
It's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
I know. So it's fourth generation now. So it was my dad's grandfather. So I guess my great grandfather
Yeah.
would have been the start. Then grandpa, my dad, and now my cousins do it. And my dad, when I was growing up, he would always say, like, you know, because family business, like, what else am I gonna do? I'm gonna be a plumber. Like, I'm just gonna,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it over. And my
Yeah.
dad would always just say, he'd be like, I want more for you. There's more in this world than plumbing, and like, if you keep working hard, like, I want you to have a life where you don't have to do this.
Yeah.
And
unbelievable.
yeah.
It's like your sisters can do that. It'll be
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got plenty of cousins, dude. It's
I'm like,
fine.
well, who's gonna take it over? And sure enough, my cousins.
He saw you.
Oh, yeah?
He saw
Yeah,
you
my
rip a
cousins did,
snapshot
yeah.
one time. And he
My
was
two
like, "Wait,
cousins
dude."
take it over.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
I'm coming up on 100 years at McAvoy Plumbing and Heating. Pretty sick,
Yeah,
dude.
hell yeah.
Pretty wild, eh?
I know.
All right, so we play a game on this show that we're going to put you through right now. It's called Pass, Shoot, Score.
Okay, I love it.
What we're going to do is going to give you 3 options, and you have to rank them essentially in the ranking of what you like or what you need the most to need the least. So like pass, it's good to dish the puck around, but it's not our favorite.
Okay.
Shoot, pucks on net is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be your middle one. Score is obviously the ultimate goal, so that's the one you like the most.
Yeah, okay.
So you growing up, you have a lot of players that you emulated, Bobby Orr being one of them because he's obviously the greatest defenseman of all time. Now there's a connection with the Bruins. Big Rangers fan growing up. Brian Leetch was a stud when you were young, so a big guy that you kind of emulated your game off of. And then as you get to that next level and you're looking at guys in the league immediately, Drew Doughty's someone that came up that you were like, this guy has a great game that I play similar to.
For sure.
So if you have to pass, shoot, score, Dowder, Leetch, and Bobby Orr, what's the ranking?
Okay, well...
And you can take this however you want in terms of like the ones you play like the most, the ones that you looked up to the most, or however it is.
Okay. Okay, so I'll go pass first, I guess. So I'll go pass with Doughty. Outstanding defenseman.
Yeah.
Growing up, definitely. I like, maybe not growing up. So I think it was more like once I'm, 13, 14, 15, like you're getting to an age where, you're starting to know like, what your game looks like, what you want it to look like, what you bring to like a team playing junior hockey at that point. So you're like climbing the ladder, and he was for sure the guy. I'm like, I want to be just like him. I want to play just like him. He was winning Norris trophies, Stanley Cups, like, and he was awesome. So he was that guy for me, sort of when I was a little bit older. When I was younger, so I'll go score with Brian Leetch. He was my hero when I was a kid. Growing up, he definitely had everything to do with who I wanted to be as a player. I grew up watching that 94 road to the Stanley Cup, the year the Rangers won it. So, like, my mom tells it, like, I would just, every single day,
Just
I
pop
would
that
ask
VHS
her
in.
to put it back in the VHS every day. Rangers, every day. Rangers, I watch Rangers. I watch this shit every single day. And he won the Conn Smythe that year, like, many big plays. He was absolutely my hero, and I'm like, I'm gonna be just like him.
Yep. So he's your
that was
scorer?
why, like, playing defense, like I when I went back on D, I'm like, that's fine because I'm gonna be Brian
Leetch.
Leetch.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter because he was my favorite player anyway, and he's a defenseman. And funny about that is, so in Long Beach where I grew up, Caitlin Pyle, who a girl like our families grew up together. We grew up together, went to school together. Her mom's sister, or I think it's her mom's sister, married Brian Leach.
Oh shit!
So
where's this going?
So who other than Brian Leach, who spends like
Yeah.
a few weeks a year in Long Beach?
Yeah.
And I met him a bunch of times.
Wow.
What a
And
beautiful
I'm
connection.
growing up, and I'm like, this is insane. Like, this guy is my hero, and I'd see him all the time. And then now I know him.
Yeah.
I knew him then, but then I make it to the NHL. Now I'm in Boston. He lives in Boston. His wife Mary Beth, great people, and I see him all the time. And like, it's just crazy how small, like,
That's insane.
small the world
That is
literally.
wild.
I
Yeah.
love
Yes.
Small world
Yes.
situation.
So he's in Long Beach all the time, and I'd see him as a kid. And be like,
So
"This
Leach is your
insane."
score.
So Leach is my score, and then, or no,
Bobby.
sorry, Leach is my shoot.
Yeah.
Okay, dude, I was
Sorry,
gonna say,
pass
I was
shoot,
like,
and
wow.
Then, and then
So you're putting Bobby as the number one.
Bobby's number
Yeah.
one.
Love.
So it's
wow.
to make things simple, it's Bobby 1, Leach
Yep.
2, Doughty 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bobby Orr is like, I don't even know how to explain this guy. Obviously, best defenseman to ever
Yep.
play this game. So I'm a client with the Orr group. So I met him for the first time back in 2015. It was at the draft in Fort Lauderdale. So I was already like an Orr group client. At that point, you have an advisor. You
Yeah.
don't have an agent because whatever the rules.
Rules. Yeah.
Yes.
No, legal stuff.
Yeah. So we have an advisor, within the Orr group, and I went there and met him for the first time. Larger than life, this guy. He is, like, I don't even know how to explain it. So obviously, how much of a gentleman, Bergie and Z are. That is Bobby. He is one of the best human beings I've ever met. He, like, the fact that I have a relationship with him is like blows my mind. Like, I spoke to him on the phone the other day, saw him at the Winter Classic. Like, we talk all the time. Called me a bit over the summer. He'll always drop me, texts throughout the season. And sometimes I still pinch myself and I'm like, okay, this is the best defenseman to ever play the game of hockey. One of the best players to ever play hockey in general. And then the thing that sets him apart from everybody is I don't know if I've ever met anybody who is as good a person as Bobby Orr.
Get out of town.
Yeah, he is unbelievable. Like, they say, don't meet your heroes. Like, he puts that to shame.
You can meet
Like,
him.
Yes.
I was about to say, can we talk about the fact that two of your personal heroes you have personal
Yeah.
How
relationships
crazy
with
is
now?
that?
Like,
I know.
you're just like this. Oh my God, Brian Leach, Bobby Orr, two guys I would love to have any sort of a career like, and just what unbelievable people to
Yeah.
live by.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm friends.
Also,
with
we're
both of
boys.
And
them.
I'm friends with him. Yeah.
You should hang out with Doughty. He's the man too, Bob.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
I've heard good things
Yeah.
about him. Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
Bobby Orr, once he stopped playing, used to get his hair cut at the same place as our grandmother, who was, like 90.
Yeah.
And he was so nice to her. And then
Oh
we'd
my
be
God.
like going to Bees games. And if he was there, like around the city, like in Fours across the street or whatever,
Yeah.
we'd see him and he'd be like, hey, Fran.
Yeah.
Like my grandmother. And I
Yeah.
was like, dude, what are you
Unbelievable.
doing?
Yes. Like, unbelievable, like, larger than life, man. He has time for everyone.
Yeah.
And for someone of his stature and, like, pedigree, right? Like, who he is to the game of hockey, he carries himself in such a way that it really is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Like, how he's able to do that, because I'm sure the stresses, of life, of being as famous as he is,
Insane.
it could probably cause anybody to to maybe be starky or mean or anything. Like, you just, you're tired of all that. I've never seen him ever in that light. Like, he's just always on, and who he is, and like, that doesn't mean you're on. That just is who you are, right? If you treat people like that every day, like, that's just who you are now. So Bobby, he's a truly
the guy.
amazing person. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ridiculous.
We know you're a big movie guy, right?
Mhm.
I see your Instagram comment, quoting the town and Good Will Hunting and everything.
Love movies.
Yeah, love movies.
So do we, dude.
and,
They're the best things.
Everyone's
Most
asking
of
you,
them.
like, what actor would play you? I know you're a movie guy. Also, now know you're a Halloween guy. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we go hard on Halloween.
pass, shoot, score. Your Hagrid costume,
Okay.
your Joker costume, your Chaz Michaels costume.
Okay. Joker, pass. It was good. I liked doing the Joker, but it was a lot of fucking makeup, and
A
it was
ton of
hard.
makeup.
It was
Yeah.
hard.
Yep.
And I also
End of the
didn't-
night too. That gets
Yeah,
cut
end of the
off.
night,
Oh.
and like, I don't know. It was hard. It was a lot. And I wanted to get like a professional makeup person to come do it. Instead, I had Kylie do it, and she did a great job.
I was gonna say she
Thanks,
crushed
babe.
it. She crushed
She
it.
did great. But it was more so just the makeup, so I'm putting that in pass. My shoot is gonna be Hagrid.
Damn.
My shoot's gonna be Hagrid. I love Harry Potter, but this is actually kind of crazy. Kylie got me into Harry Potter. I'd never seen any of them till I met her.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Are you kidding me? Like you don't
Did she read them and love them?
read them, watched
Yeah, okay.
them all?" And I'm like, I've never seen those. Like
Never heard of him.
never-
Harry who?
Yeah, Harry,
I have
yeah.
that same reaction right now.
Dude, never
It's
watched
the
any of
fucking
them.
best.
And she's like, "Oh, we're watching these movies." And now I'm like, "Well, they're always on like Sci-Fi Channel or if
Literally.
you turn on a TV, there's a Harry Potter
Oh
on."
yeah.
And I will always still like to this day I'll just put it on. And it's like background noise, but I love that. R.I.P. Hagrid.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was fun. We did a good job this year. But Michael Michaels is like I love. Not only do I love that movie and Will Ferrell, but like that character
It's iconic.
that
It's
character
perfect.
fucking
Yeah.
kills me.
It's
man.
so
Chaz
funny.
Michael Michaels.
It
so-
is one of the most underrated like that.
And we did the thing from we did the like I threw Kylie like on my waist. And
Oh,
we did,
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
the
yeah.
I haven't seen
picture.
that pic. That's fucking
Like
epic.
they did it when they were
Yeah,
skating
yeah,
around.
yeah.
So like we did it.
like
We
the
did
look
it.
on
We
their
almost
face
ate
in that
shit.
scene
Yes,
too.
yes.
It's so good.
It was funny, man.
Damn, the Hagrid was so
It
good.
was so
but-
good.
Hagrid was good. Yeah.
And like we're huge Potter guys.
Yeah,
So
okay,
like
yeah.
that you guys smashed that. Did you cry watching the reunion special? Because I did.
Yeah.
in a big
Okay,
way.
I still need to watch the reunion special.
Not, and you've obviously seen all the movies now, so it is. You won't believe how impactful.
Yeah, it's good.
And that Robbie Coltrane.
Dude, I was gonna
part's
say,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
hit because
yeah.
it's right before, so it's gonna
Oh,
hit even
God.
harder, dude.
So we are gonna have to go head to head on some old Halloween costumes.
Okay.
Because me and you do the exact same thing. I
All
do a
right.
different movie character every single year.
Yeah.
And I've got some decent ones in the bag for sure.
We have a lot of fun. Like the guys go pretty hard, so yeah, it's good. We always have our team party, team Halloween party.
I think you guys win every year.
We
Like,
do
dude,
well,
it's
but like
amazing.
guys go
across
hard.
the NHL, like
yeah.
it's becoming more and more popular. But as a team, as a collective, I feel like you got everyone shows up.
We blow it away. Everybody
It's
does a
unreal.
good job. Yeah.
It's really
Yeah, everybody's a
impressive.
good. Yeah.
Really, really impressive.
Follow-up movie question, because I know you love Adam Sandler and so do we, New England guy.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather be as an actor in the next great Adam Sandler movie or the next great Boston movie?
I'll probably be in the next great Sandler movie.
Maybe it's both.
Maybe
both.
it's in Boston.
Yeah, there we go.
maybe
I
it's in
mean,
Boston.
with
Perfect
what
answer.
he's doing
Yeah.
nowadays with Uncut Gems and shit like that, like he might be in a Martin Scorsese movie,
Yeah, he's in one,
Boston
yeah.
movie
Yeah.
soon. Yeah, it's
I
unbelievable.
love Sandler.
Me too.
His
All right.
old movies are like the same shit as Harry Potter. They're always on.
Yeah,
TV.
they are.
Yeah, they are.
And I will put them on every single time I see
They're
them.
just
like,
as
like
iconic.
Waterboy, Longest Yard, like Gilmore, all of them.
Cannot change the channel.
Oh,
Billy
yeah.
Madison, Big Daddy.
Billy
there's-
Mad-
it's
yeah, you
on,
can-
the list goes on and on.
Oh, Mr. Deeds. I mean, he's like, he's just, yeah, the list goes on.
He was the GOAT, dude. For
He
like
was.
10 years, like every Sandler movie was so
Just
goddamn
didn't miss.
funny.
They're
Yeah,
all
truly
they're
did
all
not miss.
unbelievable.
It
I
was
know,
unreal.
I know.
So kicking it to your hometown, you're a big surfer.
Yeah.
So is your dad. To the point where we see the Wolf hawking boards on his Instagram, like the guy just lives and breathes surfing. So you're past you'd score. You're back in your hometown. You finish surfing. You need a snack after you get out of the water in Long Beach. Are you going slice at Gino's Pizza,
Mm-hmm.
Ralph's Famous Italian Ice,
Mm.
or one of these preposterous milkshakes at Diner by the Sea?
Mm. Okay, past Diner by the Sea because I've never even been there. I go to Laurel Luncheonette. That was my go-to.
Okay,
Nice.
so it's interesting because I hear a lot of locals
Yeah.
think Diner by the Sea is just like a
People love it.
get out of my face,
Oh,
but
well,
they're famous now for these milkshakes.
Yeah, they're the crazy ones. Holly, I've seen them. Like my sisters have gone there. I've never been, but I've seen them on their like
Yeah.
Instagrams in the summer and everything, and they just go to Diner by the Sea and get these milkshakes.
Yeah.
Shout out all small businesses in Long Beach.
Correct.
I'll be in there soon to try one. So
There
I'll
you
put
go.
pass because I have never had one there. Ralph's, I'm gonna shoot. Freaking love Ralph's. We used to go there all the time. I'd get Ralph's cake batter ice cream.
Ralph's is a New Jersey thing too.
Yeah.
They're all
there you
over.
go.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do
Wait,
you,
I-
what do you
No,
call it
no,
though?
not
You guys
all
don't
over.
call it shaved ice. What do you call it?
Water ice.
Yeah.
No. They
You-
have
in
Ralph's
Jersey,
has
you
like
guys
cream
call-
ice.
Yeah, but
They're-
you guys in Jersey call Italian ice water ice, and you say water too.
I
Water.
don't say that.
Say water right now.
Water.
Okay.
Well,
All right. Fine. You pass. You
Water.
pass, Emily.
But do you know what? I feel like you kind of, I for a second thought you were Canadian. And not just because you're like a hockey player, but you kind of like have a little bit of a Canadian.
They like rub off on you.
They
all
do.
as
Yeah,
Canadian.
I'm
There's
like-
too many of them. It's
When
hard.
you guys said Long Beach, I was like, oh, wait, what?
I definitely don't have a New York accent, but at least I don't
No.
have a
No.
Boston.
Yeah,
one
yeah.
either.
You keep the Canadian one.
Maybe one day. I've been living there long enough. Love Ralph's Italian Ices. Shout out to them. We used to go there in the summer all the time. We'd walk there. Like, there's nothing better than a summer night. And, like, you walk to Ralph's. It's
Yeah.
throwing me down memory lane right now. But Gino's Pizza is the best pizza I've ever had in my life.
Wow.
And I like, there's something about the pizza place that you grew up going to,
Oh, for sure.
like, that even if it's the crappiest pizza in the world, like, if you grew up on it, like, you will
You time
always
travel.
have that
Yeah,
spot in your
yeah.
heart for it.
Yeah.
So that's Gino's with me. And when I'm back home, I always go there, yeah.
What's your go-to order at Gino's?
Oh, dude, they make like just a Gino's cheese slice is straight up, like, keep it simple. But
You're a
they
cheese guy?
yeah. But
Like, if
they-
you're getting a slice of pizza, you just go plain cheese.
Oh, no. I like pepperoni if
Thank
I'm
God.
doing the
Okay.
standard, like, I'll get a pepperoni slice. But they make this, they do a buffalo chicken, like, Sicilian pie.
Yeah.
Wow. Buff chick Sicilian.
Buff chick Sicilian pie.
I've never even seen that
lot of
before.
dough. Lot
dude,
of dough, but
Holy
but
shit.
Trust
boy,
me,
is that good.
I read a lot about this. and
Yeah.
I was like, shit, I need to try
Oh,
this.
and they do a vodka pie there.
Yeah. I'll
You
get
ever
down with
heard
the
of one of
vodka
those?
pie.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
Well,
it's just
so
like vodka
now that
sauce.
you're here,
Yeah. Oh my God.
when do you guys leave?
Oh, dude.
Gino's Pizza right now.
Yeah.
I'm getting hungry. bro.
I love this. I'm glad I've done this to you. Now that you're here,
We leave tomorrow night
okay,
after the game.
there's a place called Prince Street Pizza.
Okay.
Makes a mean vodka pie.
Really?
Mean
Yeah.
vodka Sicilian pie.
That vodka
by here?
Sicilian.
It's, I mean, you could get it
It's
delivered
closer to
here,
where you
yeah.
guys are staying.
Is it really?
Yeah, yeah.
You should get.
We're right next to Crypto. Or,
Yeah. It's
Oh, yeah.
close.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
right
Very
up.
close.
Right up. Right
You
up
can
the
get
hill.
that, and they deliver all hours of the night.
But I could use a slice
Best
today,
vodka
too.
Prince Street
Sicilian in
pizza.
the city by a mile.
Prince Street Pizza.
Yeah.
You're a little hungover, dude. You might need some
Dying for
greasy
it.
pizza to soak up.
Need a little bit of grease today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Yeah,
Prince
yeah,
Street
yeah,
might be
yeah.
the key for you tonight.
Now you're speaking my language.
That's
There
gonna
you
be
go.
Okay.
Okay, here's a guilty pleasure one. Ready?
Okay.
Pass, shoot, score. Playing Xbox. Watching Below Deck, reality show.
Oh, I like Below Deck.
Yeah. Watching Rocket Power, the cartoon.
Oh man. You know what? Okay, so it is Below Deck, Rocket Power, and what was it?
Playing Xbox.
Playing Xbox. Ooh. Okay, watching Below Deck, I'm gonna put pass on. I do watch that with Kylie, and I love the drama.
Kind of
it's a
nice show.
great-
Yeah.
Great
Like-
show.
I love the end. It's the same shit every episode. It's the same thing. Like, you get a charter, you get obnoxious guests, and then the end they all go out. Everybody gets blacked out, and it's a huge fight. It's the same, and then just rinse repeat. Like
Yeah.
next episode.
Yeah.
Kind of a cool life too, by the way, to do that
Yes.
job. Like,
Yes.
I'm like, all right.
Well, shit, man, I love going on a boat like that.
Yeah.
One day. Okay, but I'm gonna pass that. I'm gonna shoot. Playing Xbox. I used to play a lot more Xbox, like back in college, when you're in the dorms. I don't play as much anymore. But when I do play, I love it. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
What's your game?
I'll go.
Bring that a little closer to you.
I play Call of Duty, with a couple of the boys.
Is it true
Swore
to
off-
dust you a little bit?
Oh, dude, he's the best Xbox player ever. He's unbelievable.
Across the board, like every game?
Oh yeah, every game.
Jesus, Jakey.
Wow.
So like a couple years ago, like we did like a Madden tournament. Everybody got Madden. We put money in a pot and played Madden. Like clowning guys in
Yeah.
Madden. And he's like, I never played Madden. I just got the game. Like he's one of those guys
Yeah.
who just is better than everyone at Xbox.
Yeah.
He's unreal at Call of Duty. Those guys play Fortnite. Pasta, Smitty, Halsey, JD. They still play Fortnite. I deleted that game a long time ago. I hate that game.
Yeah.
So do I.
Because I just wasn't good enough. I couldn't build, and I'm
Exactly,
not
same.
good at Xbox anyway. Like I'm not a good video game player, but I don't know, whatever. I do like playing. You know what I have is I still have an Xbox 360,
Mm-hmm.
and I play NCAA 14, the
Dude.
college football game.
Dude.
One of the best games ever. It's
That's 'cause you have
so
class.
upsetting.
Dude,
when they
so I'm not
when
ju-
they
like
discontinue
like
it.
as long ago as like last week, came home from Jersey after that game.
Yeah.
Just went into my room and played 360. My favorite college football team is
Played an 8-year-old game.
Dude, my
That's-
favorite
it
college
makes sense.
football team is Oklahoma State. Like dude, just I'm a kid from like we don't have any
Yeah.
college football
Yeah.
near us, so my favorite color is orange, And that's just when you're a kid, right? So I'm going through all the teams, and I'm like, I got like, it was NCAA like 08 on the Wii or something for Christmas. Just saw an orange team with an orange logo.
Boom.
Yeah,
Boom.
Oklahoma
This-
State.
That's it.
These are
The
my
rest
guys.
is history.
Yeah.
Dude, that is unbelievable.
So I used to play that shit all the time. I have a dynasty with them, and I play it all the time. It's so fun. It's so fun.
Those were the
it's like
best
nostalgic,
games
yeah.
ever. And when that got
Well, they're making a new
discontinued-
one. No?
Yes, it's coming
Yeah,
back.
But it was supposed to be like
I thought it was-
23.
yeah.
Now it's gonna be 24.
Yeah.
Dude,
I'm
I would
excited. I'm gonna
get
play
like,
a lot of Xbox.
Oh yeah.
now.
You're gonna get back in the game.
Oh,
with that,
big time.
for sure.
dude,
Yeah.
Charlie, I would get so addicted to my dynasty that like
Oh,
the new game
dude.
would come out and they'd be like, "Yo, get the new game," and I'd be like, "I just have to see Mike Holt's career."
I gotta
through.
see
like,
it
there's
through,
This
like,
guy
yeah.
that I made up who's
I've
like,
been, this recruiting class I got coming in is really good.
Dude, I would customize their jerseys,
Oh, yeah,
everything
everything.
they wear, a tinted visor on every single player.
That's so.
Then
funny.
there was that feature where you could transfer your college player
yes
into
to
Madden.
Madden. It always yeah.
And that personal connection, I was like,
I never
dude,
did it, but
yeah,
yeah,
me
I'm
neither.
sure it would've been
neither.
sick.
But I was always like, this guy, and I recruited him. I brought him up
yeah,
from freshman.
now I gotta
year.
draft him. I gotta draft him.
Gotta get this guy
Getting a
into the
first-round
show.
pick.
That's freaking funny, man.
Unbelievable.
Okay, so that's so funny. I'm glad you guys like that game. So
It's the best
and
game.
then I'm gonna score Rocket Power. Excuse me. That is the best show ever made. My sister, shout out Kayla, she got me. It was on Amazon Prime, maybe like Watch.
Yeah.
So she bought me
Like the whole thing.
the whole thing.
Epic
Bought me
gift.
all of it. So yes, for
Epic
like
gift.
for Christmas, like 4 years ago or something, and she's like, "Here's the login, like whatever, all the rock." So I went and watched, like we would watch them all together as like a family, and it was so freaking throwback, man, the nostalgia. And then I haven't watched them in a long time, but
I was about
they're
to say,
there. They're somewhere.
Did it hold up on that family rewatch? Were you like, the show is still awesome?
Dude, it's still awesome.
Yeah,
It's still awesome.
best.
And even like if it's not, like for what it was back then and what it like meant when we were kids, it's
I mean-
like it's still so.
There's some life
Dude,
lessons in that show.
Well,
I'll
so-
tell you that much.
Oh yeah, I mean Uncle Tito is a legend. He's a
Dude, Uncle
sage.
Tito.
He's brilliant, and I'm a big surfer as well.
Yeah.
And like growing up having a show on
Oh my
Nickelodeon
God.
with like surfer kids, I was like, this is awesome. It's
my
just
cousin
speaking to
my
me.
cousin was over the house for Winter Classic. They were in town so a few days ago, and it's the first time he met Otto. So Otto's obviously
We were
my
gonna
dog
ask
is
you,
named
yeah.
after Otto Rocket.
Yeah.
And he was like, did you name Otto after Rocket Power? So my cousin, this is my uncle Bobby, he was in the Air Force, so he was in Hawaii for a while. So he goes, "You're not gonna believe this, but Tito," so Uncle Tito, the guy who voiced him, came and like spoke at his school when he was growing up in
God,
Hawaii.
dude.
I kid you not.
Oh
It's
my
like everyone
God.
in the auditorium, and you got Uncle Tito in there, like giving everybody.
Did he
life
come as like and now the voice of Uncle Tito on Rocket Power?
That's probably how
Probably,
they
right?
introduced
Yeah.
him. No one would have known it
Yeah,
was
just
him.
some guy.
Yeah. So
well, I
this
was
is-
wondering like maybe he did
Dude, this,
something else.
this
that
blew
was,
my
like,
mind.
you know?
He's like, "Bro, Tito was in the auditorium with us, and I'm not joking. When I was in school, he came and talked to us. It was
Best
the coolest
guest
thing
ever,
I'm like,
dude.
"That's amazing."
What
so-
type of inspirational stuff does
Yeah,
he
could he
say?
have said like?
yeah, he needs a script.
Well, I mean, with the sage wisdom that Uncle Tito had on the show, I'm
Oh,
sure
yeah.
he just brought some of that
Yeah,
to
yeah.
school. So now that we've brought up Otto the Rocket Dog, I have a bit of a gripe that Darla, Forbert's dog, is
Yeah.
like the team dog. Like, is Otto pissed about this? Like, I feel like we need to get Otto
We
in
need
the mix
Otto
more.
more
I
love.
don't know. I mean, it's a healthy. It's good fuel for him to get his
Be
clout
better.
back up. Yeah, be better. No, I freaking love my dog, man. Kylie wanted to get a dog. She had family dogs. Growing up, I had a dog when I was really young. So like earliest memories, like I kind of remember our dog, and then the rest of my childhood we didn't have one.
Yeah.
So I was kind of on like no, I don't want a dog. And then, she kind of convinced me. We got him during COVID. Like, I didn't realize how much, like, you just fall in love with your dog. Like,
Yeah.
I freaking, you come home every single day. That thing is so happy to see me. And he's an awesome dog too. Like, we got really lucky. Like, he's really well tempered and everything. And
He's a beauty
doesn't
too.
care.
oh, he's
dude.
great. And he's
You can be a
freaking
dash
handsome.
5, and he's like, "I love
Dude,
you,
he
bro."
doesn't care. I
Yeah.
come home and have the
Yeah.
worst day of my life, and he like is gonna lick my face, and he's
Yeah.
so excited to see
He's
me.
like, you are the greatest person I've ever met.
Yes,
And I'm
yes.
like, damn,
Dude, the
Otto,
emotional
thank you.
support you get from a dog. I miss him when I leave. I'm like,
I
I
bet.
can't wait to head back home.
Yeah.
Have
Have you ever brought him on a road trip?
No. We brought him. He had a sleepover at the hotel for the Winter Classic because Kylie was checking her
Oh,
family
sure,
was staying
yeah,
at the
yeah.
Ritz because everybody was in town, and my family was staying at our place. And she's like, "I'm gonna bring him to the hotel." So he had a little sleepover
pretty
at
sick.
the Ritz. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ritz dog. We haven't really taken him anywhere far. We haven't even tried to fly with him. I don't even know
Yeah.
if we'd be able to.
I
Because he's
kinda
right on
hate
that like
that,
30-pound threshold where I don't know if you can.
Oh, if he
yeah.
could
I don't know
come,
if you
it's
can
not
lap
as
dog
bad.
him.
I mean,
I don't
that's a
even
good
know.
point.
The
Like,
below
you
the
gotta-
plane stuff just like
Dude,
rattles. me
I'm-
so
I
much,
know.
dude.
I was on my flight back yesterday.
Yeah.
I was walking through JetBlue Mint, and there's this woman sitting there in first class with a full, like a monster
Yeah.
Labradoodle in her lap. And I was
Really?
like, Jesus Christ!
You
But
just
that,
gotta get a
that might have been
emotional
mint
support.
though.
yeah,
I got a
yeah,
guy
yeah.
for you, dude.
They've
Okay,
all
perfect.
they've all got the vests on now.
Yeah.
You're in the. I mean, I was on that. There was like 5 dogs on that plane. There's this one dude who brought. He had a little Frenchie actually.
Did
But
he?
this thing was maybe 2 months old.
Okay, yeah. So
And this-
baby.
Yeah, total baby. Like he still had the rolls on his face,
Yeah,
and he
so
brought him
cute.
back in his little bag. And
Yeah.
this poor guy had just like shit everywhere in the bag because he's like
Oh.
a puppy.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
This
yeah.
dog is just struggling on.
Well,
the
that's a
plane
long
right now.
flight
Long-
for a little baby.
long,
Frenchie, yeah.
long flight. All right, we got 2 more for you.
Okay.
2 more pass shoot scores. This one is one that you, from what I understand, things you do not like.
Okay.
So, pass shoot score, and yeah, like the order of this is going to be same order, but think about the ones like score will be
The
your
worst, like
Score is
pass,
what I
pass
hate
you
the
can
most.
tolerate. Score is like no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, every day for a year you have to eat avocado toast for breakfast.
Mm.
Next one, you get home, and there's a guarantee that Otto doesn't get eaten, but Kylie has bought a pet snake.
Oh.
And this thing has to live out of a cage just slithering around your house. Okay. So it's just like you have a live snake in the
I
house.
don't want a live snake.
I wouldn't either. And then the last one is you have to become TikTok famous and post TikTok dance videos
Ooh.
every
As
day
your side hustle.
As your side hustle.
Damn. How could I put that one over the snake?
know.
But I might. I might put up with a fucking snake so I don't have to be TikTok
TikToker.
famous. I don't even have TikTok.
It's
Kylie
a
watches
nightmare.
it all.
These are things that you hate.
Okay, I like avocado toast. I don't know who gave you that intel.
Oh, okay. I
I
thought
love a good avocado
I learned
toast.
one
You kidding
somewhere
me?
that you found avocado overrated.
Avocado, it is overrated. Like charging extra for guac and shit.
Yeah.
But
But avocado toast we're down with.
yeah.
All right.
I speaking
I'll
of
be an
that, dude,
artsy
I
bitch
do
with
hate because I like
avocado
avocado
toast.
toast too, but I
yeah.
do hate
Put
how
some
if I'm
chili
like,
flakes
Oh
on there.
hell yeah.
if I'm like, hey, can I have some toast? They're like, yeah, it's free. And I'm like, can you just spread some avocado on it? And they're like, this, yeah, $20.
Yeah.
I'm like, what, dude? It was free toast 1 second ago. It's an avocado.
All right, well then that's an easy pass.
Yeah, that's
so we
easy
got an
pass.
easy one.
Yeah.
All right.
I like avocado toast. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Yes.
I'm gonna shoot living with a snake.
Yep.
So I don't have to become TikTok famous.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just
You didn't say it was like a cobra or anything though. Like
Nope.
so maybe I'm just thinking like
Fair.
oh
like
no,
a
it,
nice.
well I did say there's no fear that Otto gets eaten, implying it is a large snake.
It's a large snake.
Like we're talking about like a,
snakes on a plane snake.
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah, like there's like a boa in your house.
Oh,
just like
no.
slithering around.
And it's like shedding and shit.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Fuck. I still don't want to be TikTok famous. So
Yeah.
I love this answer so
I'll
much.
learn-
This was
I'll
not what I was
learn-
expecting at all, but I
I'll
love
learn
this
to
answer.
love this.
I would
snake. That
rather-
snake is eating Otto too.
No,
No.
it's I'm telling you, there's a caveat of this scenario.
Okay,
He's
so
not
he'd
eating Otto.
never. Okay.
There's a world where you actually become TikTok famous because Otto and the snake are such good friends.
Yeah.
Like that's the loophole here. Unlikely
Oh my
animal
God.
duos.
Okay. All right, here we go. Favorite win of these 3. And we're not counting the World Junior Gold is not in this because I know that would win.
Okay.
Pass, shoot, score these 3 wins in your career.
Okay.
Game 1, 2019 Stanley Cup Finals. Your first cup game ever. You score a sick goal,
Yeah.
tied on the power play.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That was sick.
That,
That
was
was
beat the
sick.
Blues
Okay.
4-2.
That was sick.
Second one. Beanpot freshman year, first game. You score the game. Your first ever Beanpot.
Ooh.
You score the game winner against Northeastern
That was fun.
at the Garden. Place going insane.
Yeah.
Number 3, the Bell Capital Cup final when the Gulls beat the Syracuse Stars
No.
9-1 and you had a tuck.
Yeah. Holy cow. For the Bell Capital Cup. That was such a fun
Redemption
tournament.
from
That was that would be like this time of year. So it was always right after Christmas. I'll pass the Bell Capital Cup.
Really?
Yeah, so that was a blast. It was always this time of year, so right after Christmas, like we'd hit the road, you go to Ottawa, and all the games were whatever at your local youth rink in Ottawa. But if you made it to the final, like so that Sunday, all the finals games were played at Scotiabank, which is now Canadian Tire. Or
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
So it used to be Scotiabank. So that was the first time I ever played on NHL ice, and like it was sick. Yeah,
And
we
you
blew
lost in the
doors
year
off
before.
those
You
guys.
absolutely
Blew 'em
beat
out.
the wheels off of that team.
We lost in the semifinals to. We lost to them. Yeah, I think, or yeah, maybe it was. We lost the
I
year
think
before
so.
in the semifinals.
Yep.
So we didn't make it to the final that year, and then we
Because you had the NHL ice ripped from you, dude. And then you
Yes,
come back against the Stars and pummel them, dude.
Pumped them. I know. That was really cool. What a good memory that was. Thanks for taking me down memory lane.
Of course.
Yeah, you got it.
And then I'll do the Northeastern. That was great. That was my first time playing at the Garden, and that was really cool. The bean pot, like, I didn't understand it because I didn't like grow up with college hockey. Just how important it is and how cool it is there. Like, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And like everyone's there. The student sections are crazy. Like it embodies what the coolest part of college hockey is for sure.
That's one of our favorite things about college hockey because growing up near there,
Yeah.
that was like an easy ticket for our parents. So it was like we went to
You can go
Bean
to
Pot
bowl.
every year. Yeah,
Fucking
and it
just
was like,
stay and, like,
dude,
go to
that was
bowl.
like
dude.
my dream as a kid. I was like,
Yeah.
I will like this is the coolest thing I've ever
So-
seen. in
And
my life.
Charlie, I mean, like we grew up in a little beach town in southern Maine, so
Mhm.
like we had UMaine, UNH, then all
Yeah.
the Boston schools. Like we were surrounded
Oh, yeah.
by college hockey, so it was
Yeah.
just like the bean pot is huge.
Dude, fucking bean pot. I lost in the finals at them twice.
I know, dude.
Oh my god. Overtime 1-0 against BC. Alex Tuck scored.
Yep.
And then the next year was
Harvard, right?
Harvard.
Yeah.
Harvard beat us pretty good. They were good. They
were
went
nasty.
to the Frozen Four that year.
Yeah, they were a wagon that year.
They were good.
So were you though.
Yeah, so I didn't get a bean pot. And then I'll score the
Stanley Cup.
Stanley
Stanley
Cup.
Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sick. That was really cool, man. Those memories are so bittersweet because it's
I
like
know.
you're enjoying the ride, and like I obviously still remember everything so vividly. Like that roller coaster, you win a game, and you're like, where am I taking the Stanley Cup when
Yeah.
we win? Like you lose a game, and it's just over, and you're like,
Yeah.
well, man, I can't believe we did all this for nothing. Like
Yeah.
that's like the roller coaster of emotions, and like maybe it's because I was younger, so like I have a little bit more experience now, different like perspective on it. But I remember like just how crazy every single moment was, like, and that change of emotions. It was really cool. It was really neat. Obviously, hope I get a chance to do it again.
Hell yeah,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
And that's sports, right? Like
Got a pretty good feeling.
one team
Yeah,
gets out of here,
That's
you know?
it.
So it's
That's
like,
it. I
holy
know.
shit.
One team went all that way for nothing, and
Yeah.
been on that side. So maybe you got to learn how to lose to
Exactly.
win.
Well, listen, dude, worked at World Juniors. I feel pretty good
Yeah, it
about you
did.
guys this year.
It did
Yeah.
work. Yeah.
All right, dude, we're gonna wrap it up with you because we've taken up enough of your time. But before we go, is there anything that you want to plug? Anything you want to say to the listeners, or things that you want to give a shout out to?
Shout out Long Beach. Shout out all the small businesses.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
cool. That
small
was really
businesses
that was a
Long
really
Beach.
cool segment you
Yeah.
guys did. That brought me down memory lane. I'm
Yeah.
excited for the summer. I'm going back. I'm gonna get a slice of pizza from Gino's.
I was about to say
Then I'll go to Ralph's, and then
maybe try one of
diner
the
by the
shakes.
sea.
Then a
Try
milkshake.
it.
Yeah,
Then
you
a
gotta
milkshake.
get one.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say I need to go to Long Beach and surf and try Geno's now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should.
Place is
Oh,
unbelievable.
dude.
You got me fired
It's
up
good.
about pizza.
Yeah.
I
And
gotta
I'll look at that
I
Prince.
was gonna say we're gonna get Prince
Street
Street
place.
Pizza tonight
Okay.
now because of this.
I love it. I love it. Thank you
Amazing.
guys.
Honor
Thanks so
myself,
much,
Had a
dude.
blast. Yeah.
Charlie's got to be one of the best guys I've ever met.
And what an absolute champion. They had their rookie party last night
Yeah.
in LA. They hit Boa, eating apps on apps on apps on apps, ribeyes, Caesar salads. Then-
Drinking Echo tequila sodas
yeah, and
everywhere.
Then Bootsy Bellows, by the way, just going to town.
Which, by the way, is no joke.
Oh
That
my
Bootsy
God.
Bellows does not. They have one speed, and you are going full throttle the whole time.
They had a party bus.
So yeah,
Max said he might have been the drunkest girl at the party too.
yeah, which I love.
Yeah.
And AJ Greer, the only rookie on the team, really. So people had to step up, do some skits with him.
Well, speaking of, sorry to interrupt.
No, you're a part of this.
Speaking of rookie party, I think one of his teammates messaged me on Hinge.
Oh,
shit.
who?
This is hot ice.
I don't know.
Adam.
He's like a. It could be.
Stop
Is-
right now.
First of all, is hot, and second,
Yeah, he's
of
a
all,
hot
loves
dude.
us, and we love
Hot
him.
dude, tall, unbelievable.
And Great America. Let it be known.
He is. Yeah.
This would be.
Yeah,
And-
his name.
So last night he just like said, "What up?"
He said yesterday. He said, "Where are you at?"
I am so mad.
Today I saw it and I responded. I go,
How did you not bring that up to Charlie?
I'm so mad. They're in
I
town
don't
tonight
know.
still. They don't leave till
Yeah.
tomorrow morning.
Hit
Should
him
I be
up.
like, wait, where are
Message
you?
him.
Yes, he's a hot ass dude.
Message. They don't. They leave tomorrow late. They're here all day
Yeah,
tomorrow. They have a
love
game
that
tomorrow
move.
I'm cutting that part.
No.
Why?
This is
I don't want it to know who it is. I'll cut
Okay.
after when I
Just
say his
beep
name.
it
Okay,
out.
fine. Yeah, you can beep it out. Anyway, yeah, just the best guy ever. You would never notice that Charlie was hungover as fuck, but he was,
He battled.
and he battled, and he was unbelievable. So it's just huge thanks to Charlie. That was just so much fun. You're the man.
Dude, any guy that can win a gold in Montreal, get tuned up for like 48 hours, and then drive straight to Fenway to play an outdoor game for BU and win that game too, can handle the pod.
Yeah, what a legend. All right, let's wrap up the episode as we always do with some of our favorite segments. We're going to do some Quack Attack.
Okay, we're doing Quack Attack. Welcome back to the Quack Attack, everybody. And for the new listeners, every week Dan and I rate the 3 hottest teams in the league based on the 3 Mighty Ducks movies. The third best team is the Eden Hall JV. The second best team is the Ducks 1 District 5 team, and the first team is the Goodwill Games Ducks. This week, since we've been gone, we're going to break a little bit about our own rules and kind of look at a wider stretch here. It's not just the last couple days, because we just felt like some teams were so hot that they deserved some credit for us being away. We didn't want to overlook them. We're getting back into it, so we're going to stretch it out. Our third hottest team of the week is going to be the Tampa Bay Lightning. They're 10-3 in December. 11-3 if you count their win last night. Only losses are to the Leafs and the Red Wings twice. And the Red Wings, don't sleep on them not being in the playoffs right now, because they're a wagon and they're the most injured team in the league right now. So they are very good. They've ripped off 5 in a row. They're up Toronto's ass for that second place in the Atlantic. They're down 4 points, but they have 2 games in hand. So, the sleeping giant is back. The Bolts started slow and they are hot. Don't sleep on Tampa.
Do not.
The number 2 team in the Quack Attack, the District 5 Mighty Ducks, is your Carolina Hurricanes. 9-1 in their last 10, Dan. Had won 10 in a row before losing to the Rags 5-3 last night, actually. And honestly, man, they could be, and possibly should be, the number 1 team this Quack Attack session, but I just really wanted to save something for you particularly. But they're the hottest team going, man. They have caught and passed the Devils after that super hot start from New Jersey, and everyone was going nuts about the Devils. They beat the Devils twice in this stretch they've been on. They have the second most points in the league, and this team was a preseason favorite, and they have it all the way figured out right now.
Yeah. They sure do. And our number 1 hottest team in the league right now is my Buffalo Sabres.
Woo!
Would you look at that? Everyone counted them out after I called them a certified wagon. And ho-hum, after a tough double loss to the Penguins, they've won 7 straight, including a massive OT win against the Boston Bruins. By the way, first straight-up OT loss for the Bruins all season. They've lost in the shootout, but have not lost in OT, but they did. They're getting monster production from our boys Alex Tuck and my prince, Tage Thompson, who's fucking around and maybe going to win MVP right now. But these guys are surging. They are sniffing that wild card playoff spot. They are unbelievable right now. They are the highest scoring team in the league over the Bees. Not gold diff, but highest scoring team. They're starting to figure it out. They're coming into their own. The Buffalo Sabres are the hottest team in the league.
Incredible. Emily, please put that sniffing on your OnlyFans.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My ASMR OnlyFans.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. All right, let's get into some Eichel Watch, Chris.
Okay, here we're with Eichel Watch. Dan and I have a running bet. We're trying to see. I said Jack Eichel over 72 points was easy money this year. Dan disagreed. And then we're also on 90-point watch because Dan might have to eat 90 shrimp cocktail. And I got to say for everybody, it's sad. Well, there's pros and cons here. So last time we checked in, he had 29 points in 27 games. He still has 29 points in 27 games because he was placed on injured reserve.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. The one nice thing, well, Jack has done so many nice things for me this year, my good friend Jack. Another nice thing he did was go on IR while we were on break. Like, I never actually had to come on the pod.
You didn't really have to answer for this.
He was been hurt, which was always the fear, right?
It's almost like he knew.
It's
almost
almost like he was
knew.
aware.
So here's the thing. He missed 2 games. He came back, played a game, went pointless, and then they put him on IR, and he missed 11 straight. So, Dan, it is Wednesday today. Yesterday, Tuesday, he was removed from IR and is projected to play tomorrow against Pitt, which is great news. So he is back, and I'm so happy, and we're rooting for him. Here's the interesting thing. With those 13 missed games, he's now, assuming perfect health, will only play 69 games this season.
Yeah.
Which means through a 69-game season, he is currently on pace for 74 points. So he's still I'm still safe in terms of my bet.
Yes.
He's now like kind of in the middle there of like the nothing.
And I will say this, in the name of content, the 72-point bet stands. In the name of content, I would be willing to do some sort of number crunch.
Compromise punishment here.
Yeah, like if he if he finishes the season with an amount of points that is comparable to a 90-point pace.
So if he's on a 90-point pace per games played,
yes,
you will still do it.
I will still do it.
Okay, I respect you.
In the name of content.
Thank you very much.
Because I do love Jack, like I said.
Yep. So, but the 72 point, there's no loophole because
Yes.
injuries was a part of it, and I need him to hit it, and he's still on pace. So we're rooting for you, Jack.
Yes. And if people remember, the only reason I said 72 wasn't a lock is because of injury.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not sure he's going to go 82 games. And looks like
He
I
did
was
not.
right. All right, our next segment, where in the world is Austin Matthews? We've kind of taken a break on this a little bit because the Leafs are firing. They're looking as good as ever. They're second in the Atlantic. Just a really solid squad, getting a lot of production from their top guys. Austin being one of them. He's got 19 goals and 25 assists for 44 points in 38 games. He has become officially the fastest Maple Leaf ever to hit 500 career points.
Which is sick.
The fact that he already has 500 career points is laugh out loud stuff. It just speaks to how unbelievable he is. Like we said, the Leafs are in second place. However, those Bolts, they got 2 games in hand, so it's not that pretty. It's not looking that good. And then the bigger one that I'd like to point out is, yet again, the Toronto Maple Leafs lost to a little old team in the desert, the Dirty Dogs, the Coyotes. They got shit pumped, in fact.
Yeah, as they always do.
And it begs the question, I don't know. Coyotes sitting down there in last place. There's a little boy named Connor Bedard who's lighting the world on fire, looking like he's got a ticket, a one-way ticket on a bullet train right to Arizona. Going to be chilling in Tempe. Maybe Austin's saying might be fun to play with him. So while the Maple Leafs are doing well, Austin's doing well. I don't know. I just think he's searching right now. I'm going to put him in Montana.
Yeah.
We're going to put Austin in Big Sky right now. He's doing some skiing. He's enjoying life in God's country. And, if you kind of look straight down the country from Montana,
What do you see down there?
there's a little state called Arizona that's right there. So don't get too comfortable, Leafs fans. The Bolts are sniffing up your ass, and you still can't get past those Dirty Dogs. They just continue to get your goat. So Austin doing very well, just like his team, but he's still searching. That's all I'm saying.
I'm happy about it. That takes us right to the playoff trail, Dan. And listen, we already talked about Buffalo and the Quack Attack, so we don't have to go too deep. But I just did want to ask you, Tage is obviously doing his thing, but Tuck is firing, Skinner is firing, Dahlin is firing. You've seen the goal diff. The goal diff up to +21, so they're taking care of the puck in the D zone. They could be real trouble here at this point. Like they are very, very much in the mix for wild card contention for the rest of the season. And I know you're all over the stories and everything, but you just got to be feeling really validated.
I feel fantastic, dude. It's just, I never gave up. I never wavered. I've stuck by my guys. And listen, there might be some rough pumpkins coming up here for the latter half of the season, and I'm going to stand right by them the whole time.
They're in one of those right now where you stop the Oregon Trail wagon and to hunt, and there's fucking buffalo everywhere, and
Yes.
like the family is fed for the next month.
But
dude.
dysentery is around the corner, dude.
Yes,
I'm
it
just
always
saying.
is. That's the thing. Take care of that meat.
This is what has happened in years past with the Buffalo Sabres is they start hot and we rest on our laurels, dude.
Mhm.
And the next thing you know, we have dysentery.
Yeah,
And we're
which is
dying.
not good.
We're dying in the streets. We're getting dumped in trenches.
But we're cruising along.
That's
right
not happening this time. We're staying sharp. We know that we're not perfect, so we're going to just keep rolling here.
Amazing stuff.
Like I said, the wagon rolls on, dude.
Not too fast. Not grueling speed.
No,
grueling
no.
speed makes people sick.
We're a slow, steady tempo to the playoffs.
Okay, let's give people some games to watch as we get out of here.
Okay, my 2 games to watch, I'm going 2 Saturday tilts. Number 1, Rangers Devils. Always
game.
love me a Rangers Devils game. Just 2 great teams. I think they're both, in a similar spot in the playoffs, but battling. Really looking good right now. That's going to be a fun one. And then my other one, I always love this matchup for whatever reason, Kings Knights. I think Kings Knights have a sort of unofficial rivalry here. It's always an electric game. Two beautiful Saturday games for you guys. I believe, let me see, that Kings Knights game I believe is in,
Because I would go to that if that's here.
no,
In
Vegas.
Okay. Well, we'll get you on the next one.
We will.
Okay, great stuff. Hopefully this pod comes out Friday. If it does and you're listening Friday,
No, it will. Producer Emily, that's on you. This pod is coming out Friday.
if it comes out on Friday and you're listening,
It's coming out Friday.
if you're listening Friday morning, Yotes at Hawks, Bedard. After watching the World Juniors, this has never been more important. We need these suck hard for Bedard games have become appointment television. Then you got a good one right there. The last place Hawks and like the third to last place Yotes. Saturday, I got a good one for you too, Dan. Avs at Oilers. Two of the best guys in the business going head to head. You always love to watch that game. And then last one, thought you'd like this one, Dan. Monday next week, Seattle at Montreal. Bowie v. Metal. Shane Wright v. Slav.
Wow, dude. Bowie v. Metal.
Canadians in a bad way right now. I think they've lost 5 in a row. They could use a win.
Yeah, they're struggling.
But I'm going to love... I think Metal actually only comes out during reverse retro, and I don't know.
Is Shane Wright going to be back with the Kraken here?
I think he's back up, right?
Well, he's playing on the World Junior team, watching Connor Bedard dance all over his grave.
Yeah, true. But that semifinal is right now, and then got to be the final. Yeah.
Probably be back.
Monday, yeah. So anyway,
we'll see.
Going to be a good one.
All right. Well, that is it for us this week at the Empty Netters podcast. Guys, we really hope you enjoyed that Charlie McAview. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, Dan.
Yes.
Why do I keep saying that?
I don't know.
We really hope you enjoyed that Charlie McAvoy interview.
Embarrassing.
It's actually embarrassing.
But I actually think this episode should be called The McAview.
The McAview, yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's preemptive. No, we really hope you guys enjoyed that Charlie McAvoy interview. He's just truly one of the best guys in the league. It's shocking how he's 25. Dude, he's just like the most level-headed, mature, well-put-together kid in the league and is already a certified stud. Love everything about him. So we hope you guys love that. And until then, we will catch you next week.